30 degrees expected at kickoff. We have a 14% chance of rain, but it looks like it's about a 95% chance of some thunder showers because those clouds are thick, and with the lights reflecting and the sun setting to our left, or just behind our left shoulder, it looks like we've got some thunder clouds in the area. As EMCC comes onto the field now, they're going to be dressed in all black with the black helmets. They've got the chrome numbers and chrome scuba written on the side of the helmet, each side that is. And Northwest will be coming out here in a moment. They kind of look like the Columbia University Lions. Now, Brian Lentz, their sports information director, said, well, we're going with the Ole Miss look tonight. No, buddy, you didn't get that one right.
No, really?
Now, he's a Mississippi State grad, so I don't think he really cares, but they do not look like Ole Miss. It's a lighter powder blue, and now here come the Rangers, your 2020 state and national champions, unofficial national champions, and they'll admit that to you. They said Gulf Coast started that, but nonetheless, they won a national championship in 82, 92, 2015. I said 16 earlier, I meant 2015, and in 2020. 2015 was that time they came to Scuba and the EMCC annihilated the Rangers. They went on to win the national championship because EMCC did not participate. Great football team, though, nonetheless, but EMCC just light years better than everybody that season. Keys to the game tonight for EMCC.
Well, on defense, you got to get the Rangers behind the chains. Get them off schedule. They're a balanced offensive attack, very efficient, not explosive, at least in their first 4 ball games of the year. They mix up the pass and the run. Their offensive numbers, in terms of the yardage, very similar, eerily similar to that of the EMCC. So on defense, you got to get them in second and long, third and long, and make them go into obvious passing situations where you should have some success on defense. Offensively, get off to a good start. Yeah. Northwest, in the games where they have struggled here in the first month of the season, it's been when teams get on them early in the first half. Northwest, a very good second half team. So I think imperative time for the Lions to get off to a big lead, or at least a somewhat of a lead in the first 2 quarters.
EMCC is going to get the ball first, as the head referee tonight is going to be Lauren Bell. We'll be hearing from Lauren when he calls penalties. And Northwest is going to kick from left to right. EMCC's got Zach Patterson back deep to receive on the hash at the 5-yard line across the way from us. By the way, EMCC averaging 422 yards of offense, $158 on the ground, 264 through the air, and 46.5 points per contest. And defensively, for Northwest, only allowing 19 points a contest, and we'll give you the flip side statistics once we change hands with the football. So EMCC is back deep to receive. So Northwest is going to come up and kick the football here momentarily, as we're waiting for everything to get started. The official has blown the whistle. Northwest is going to come up on the football and kick it with the right foot, and it's high and it's wobbly, and it's going to go back deep into the back of the end zone, middle of the field, and Patterson gave it a try, but it's going to roll out of the back of the end zone, so the Lions are going to have it first down, 10 to go from their own 25-yard line.
And now we'll get a look at this Northwest defense. You heard Coach Stevens mention during the pregame interview he likes this Northwest defense, their linebacking core especially. He thinks will give his offense some issues tonight. We'll see here early on if that's the case.
It was Tanner Gillis who kicked that one off for Northwest. So coming out into the shotgun is Jamari Jones for EMCC. They're going to face a 3-man front for the powder blue wearing Northwest Rangers. Here's the snap. They're going to leave it with Perryman. Comes off left tackle. Gets on across the 25, which is the line of scrimmage, and moves forward closer to the 27. It looks like it's going to be unofficially a gain of about 3 yards on the play, and that'll bring up now 2nd and 7.
Kylan Robinson on the tackle there, but a good first down gain.
Closer to the 29, which would be a 4-yard gain. They hit him in the backfield on the snap on 2nd down, and they get him around the 30, and they're going to stuff him there. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and medium from their own 30 for EMCC, moving right to left.
Well, and he had to fight for that 1 yard. He was hitting the backfield and really had to fight to get it, to lunge forward for a short gain. But here we go, 3rd and medium. Third, some might even say 3rd and long. We'll see. Now they're going to say 3rd and 4, so give him 2 yards on the previous carry. Big 3rd down play here on the first drive.
Shotgun snap to Jones from the 30, fires it across the way, caught 35-yard line at the numbers, on across the 40, and getting up to about the 42-yard line, and making that reception for EMCC. It's so hard to see And I think that's going to be Duke Miller making the tackle for Northwest is going to be number 2. That is Michael Campbell from his linebacker spot. So from the 42-yard line, gain of 12, 1st and 10 from the far hash, moving from right to left, handoff to Perryman, hit in the backfield, dropped at the 40-yard line, and he's going to lose 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 situation. EMCC's wearing black jerseys, but very shiny, bunched, scrunched, wrinkled, chrome numbers, and making the tackle is going to be Jacob Horn. Or I beg your pardon, that's Pugh. 2 zeros, 2 ones. That should be outlawed on a roster.
I agree.
It's ridiculous. Snap from the 40, back to pass. Jones is pressured, stays on his feet, comes back near side, and now is going to fire it to a man at the 35 who leaps up, and is he grab it or is it an interception?
If anyone caught it, it's going to be Northwest. Question is he in bounds or not?
Yeah, interception.
Officials say at the 32-yard line.
Charles Thomas, the defensive back from Horn Lake, Mississippi, is going to grab the interception at the 32 of Northwest. They'll now move from left to right. So Jones tried to force it in coverage there around the 35.
Yeah, and really the blitz just blew that play up. I mean, the timing of the play was off almost from the get-go. I thought he was down. And the referees that were coming in to mark him down, somehow he stayed on his feet. And just ill-advised throw, but really good coverage in the secondary. First big play goes the way of the Rangers.
So coming out is Michael Hires. He's in the shotgun, spotted the football, their own 32 near hash. He'll take a high snap, pulls it down, leaves it in the belly of his tailback. He's hit in the backfield, and he's dropped. Another TFL for this Lion defense, and that was Jaquarius Williams, who's going to be knocked off his feet back at the 27. It's going to be a loss of 5. Bring up now a 2nd and 15. Brandon Larry makes the big tackle from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, and like we said a few minutes ago, Jason, going to be key for the Lions defense to get pressure in the backfield, especially on 1st down with the way this Rangers offense likes to operate.
Ayers completing 62% of his passes. He'll have to go to the air here pretty soon. Play action, surveys middle of the field, fires it middle of the field, sliding and catching it, or is it incomplete and complete around the 43-yard line, middle of the field, and the intended receiver still lying there on the turf. He gets up. That intended receiver was D.T. Sheffield out of Corinth, Mississippi, 5'8", 165. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down situation, a 3rd and long. So Northwest already finds themselves in a possession play. It's 3rd down, officially 14 from the 27. Ball placed middle of the field.
Look for a zone blitz from the Lions defensively.
Yeah, they got a 3-man front, but you've got Trey Lang, who is showing pressure coming off the left end. Now he backs up into linebacker depth.
Northwest saw the blitz come and changed the play.
Hires, waiting the snap, trips left, wide side of the field, takes the snap, looks left, fires it left, called 31-yard line at the sideline, and pushed out of bounds at the 32, the receiver for Northwest. And that was Sheffield who made the catch, making the tackle, Ken McCullum, from his secondary spot. And that's going to bring up now a 4th down. They did get back across the original line of scrimmage up around the 31. It looks like they did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's a 4th and 10. And coming out to punt this one away will be Tanner Gillis. Back deep to receive is Zach Patterson. He'll stand inside his own 30 to our right. Ball on the left hash. Here's the snap. Gillis gets his foot into it, and it's a high wobbly kick that Patterson's going to take at the numbers on the run. He's going to run out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. He grabbed it at the 30, so about an 8-yard return.
Just a huge sequence right there defensively for EMCC, Jason. After the turnover, your defense comes out 3 and out and really played that series almost perfectly defensively. You get the ball back essentially where you had it when you threw the pick a few minutes ago. So no harm, no foul in terms of the interception thrown on the previous drive.
EMCC got a 1st down on their first possession, but did throw the interception. Did Jones, his 2nd of the season. He'll take a high snap from the 38-yard line. He's going to hand it off and going around the right side and getting close to midfield, across midfield and out of bounds. Depends on where they spot him. Making the tackle for Northwest is going to be Kylan Robinson. And I think, is that Perryman, or is that's Perryman?
It was Perryman. Yeah. He was hit at the line, Jason, and kept those legs moving, broke a tackle, used his speed, gets it across the 50.
couldn't tell if that was 24. Of course, Spivey's been injured and is game to game, which is week to week. Twin receivers either side, ball right hash inside the 45-yard line. Jones has a big hole up the middle, gets inside the 40, and he's going to be knocked off his feet around the 39 at the left hash. Making the tackle is Michael Campbell. Jones with a nice gain, and that's going to bring up a second and medium, about a 5-yard gain inside the 40 to the 39 of the Rangers. Ball's going to be placed near hash.
Yeah, first carry tonight for Jones, and a good read on the play. Useful first down carry.
Takes the shotgun snap high, pulls it down, leaves it in the gut of Perryman, who dances up the middle. He'll gain a couple down to about the 37-yard line, so that's going to bring up now a third down after gaining 2 on the play. A couple of blue jerseys in there, powder blue jerseys. It's going to be Catavius Hibbler who will make the tackle for Northwest. 10:29 to go in the first quarter. There's no score. Second offensive possession for EMCC, wearing all black with the chrome numbers and the chrome lettering of Scuba on either side of the helmet.
And
if you're keeping up with the fashion trends.
Yeah, and Perryman lost his helmet on the previous play. He's off the field right now on 3rd and 2.
Trips to the right.
Here
Showing pressure
blitz.
is Northwest. Jones to the shotgun. Ball placed near hash. Now he'll pump fake, fires it near side, and it's a screen pass to Perryman. He's got it inside the 25, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 20-yard line. And pushing him out of bounds is going to be Rotavius Pearson.
Beautiful play call.
Yeah.
In the face of the blitz, you dump it off, and it was Perryman who came back on. I thought he came off and lost his helmet. He put it right back on and came back on onto the field and got the first down.
Third first down for EMCC, just inside the 20 at the red zone on the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Rolling Ryan is Jones, looking towards the 10-yard line. He'll just fire it out of bounds as no one was open. Great job by that secondary. They had every black jersey covered up. Clock will stop with 9:35 to go in the first quarter. No score. EMCC, though, in the red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, how big has Perryman been on this drive? A 19-yard carry and an 18-yard reception. He has accounted for the bulk of the yardage as the Lions are inside the 20-yard line now.
42 carries, $187 on the ground. The injury to Spivey is not a good thing, but for Perryman, it gives him more reps. He'll take the inside handoff on the snap, and he's going to be bottled up around the line of scrimmage, gets forward to the 19-yard line, so doesn't gain much at all, and that's going to be Brumfield. Sam Brumfield, he'll make the tackle, and that's going to bring up a third down situation for EMCC, a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, facing 3rd and long for the first time in this first quarter.
Yeah. We talked about this stingy Northwest defense. They did give up 34 points and a loss to Jones, but Jones is putting up some big numbers. Trips right, wide side of the field. The snap for the 19. Screen pass complete to Perryman at the 20. He gets inside the 15, 10 at the numbers, 5. He goes to the goal line. Touchdown. EMCC from 19 yards out. The Lions are on the board. 6-0.
I love the play call. Slip screen, short side of the field to your star running back. In the face of the blitz was already coming. They let 4 or 5 guys come through on a jailbreak, and they had the screen set up beautifully. Fantastic drive to get on the board early for EMCC.
So it's 6-0 with 8:52 on the clock in the first quarter. Josh Ham out of West Marion High School. He'll snap it away. The holder is the backup quarterback, Damon Stewart. Peyton Rogers will try to put it through the uprights to give EMCC a 7-0 lead. Snap is back. Hold is good. The kick is through the uprights, and it is, well, no good. I'm sorry, Northwest was trying to tell me it's no good. The officials kept looking at each other. From my vantage point, it looked like it went straight down the middle of the uprights. But nonetheless, the Lions lead it 6-0 with 8:52 on the clock in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment to the campus Northwest. Huge crowd on hand for this top 15 battle. This is the EMCC Football Network. here in Senatobia, Mississippi. The visitors from Scuba, they have that written on the helmet, leading 6-0 with 8:45 to go here in the first quarter. And returning is Keon Fordham, the football up out across the 30, up to, well, they're going to say went out of bounds shy of the 30 at the 27 or 28-yard line. So that's where Northwest will have possession of it, their second possession. Hires claps his hands. They'll snap it from their own 28. He'll turn, hand it off to his tailback, who goes straight between the tackles and the hashes out across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line for a nice gain there. And Quez Williams will be the ball carrier. Lee Koba's going to knock him off his feet. And by the way, Jamari Jones, with that touchdown pass, has 14 on the season. And correction, he just threw his second interception earlier. I said third in the first quarter. And Zias Perryman with his fourth touchdown, that time a 19-yarder just a moment ago to get you caught up. The PAT was missed. It's 6-0 EMCC. Man in motion from the left to right. He'll set up as the lone receiver at the numbers at the 30 on the near side. Snap from the 32. Firing it over the middle off the fingertips of a would-be interceptor at the 40-yard line. We have a penalty flag flown. Anthony, what do you think this is?
It probably defensive holding.
Yeah, EMCC came close to picking that one off at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think somebody in the secondary grabbed a jersey and held the intended receiver. We'll see, though.
I don't know if we're going to be able to hear the white hat because the Mighty Lion Band has played through plays and announcements. Here we go. They got quiet. Yeah, it's going to be on EMCC, as you said. It's defensive holding, and that's going to be Joshua Short, who's the guilty party for the Lions, and that's going to give the football to Northwest down across the 40 up to around the 42-yard line.
Looks like.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yep.
Looked like Short was grabbing the jersey of Mason as he made his break on his route. That's the first down earned tonight by the Rangers, comes via a penalty.
Averaging 34 points scored a game, this offense, trying to move the ball down the field and take a lead. Snap from the 41 after the penalty on 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Williams. His knee goes down around the 48-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of 6. That'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Lee Koba is going to be credited with a tackle as he falls on him.
And this is what Northwest does well offensively. They establish the power running game out of the shotgun and pistol formations, the inside power run with Williams. And then they'll bring in the backup running backs later on in the ball game who are more of the speedsters. But as long as they're in second and short, it's going to be tough to stop.
Snap from the 48. They throw it quickly at midfield, and it's kind of gator-armed over there. And that's D.T. Sheffield. And in on defense is... Well, hold on just a second.
Yeah, got a flag. Yes. Had a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. Nothing major. But I think we're going to have a penalty on Northwest here.
All right, so we'll try to get this sorted out. We'll get the announcement from Lauren Bell here in just a moment, who's the head official. Well, it's going to be on the offense. And as you heard, that's going to be on Jacoby Jones, the receiver out of Tunica, Mississippi, for unnecessary roughness.
And that's huge because dead ball penalty.
Yeah.
So now it's 3rd and 19 instead of 3rd and 4. That's a double whammy. You have an incompletion on a screen pass, and then you have the penalty after the fact. And now EMCC defensively in a great spot here with Northwest offensively in a 3rd and 19.
And Lauren Bell over here explaining things to Buddy Stevens. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 19 situation. Twins here on the near side, ball closer to the near hash. Up, and that left tackle got after it. The H-back got frustrated, throws his head back, and that's going to back him up 5 more yards. So a pre-snap penalty on the false start by Northwest, and that's going to be Austin Williams is going to commit that infraction.
Yeah, freshman out of Oxford. That's a freshman mistake.
Yeah.
Just came out of his stance too soon, didn't understand the play or the cadence that time. So now it's 3rd and forever.
Playing behind the sticks has been a problem for Northwest so far here in this first quarter with 7:24 to go, with just their second offensive possession.
That's been an issue for them early in ball games all year long.
Twins near side, same formation as last. They go into play action, and then a tunnel screen here on the near side, caught around the 30-yard line, but pushed out of bounds near the 35. Brandon Larry's going to knock the receiver out of bounds, and that was Once again, Shackelford, or Sheffield, I beg your pardon, not Shackelford, Sheffield.
And that was essentially a running play. The quick screen,
yeah.
That's the equivalent of calling an inside draw handoff on 3rd and long. Try to get a few yards, get your punt team out there, try to flip the field.
Spawn of the football is officially the 36. They'll snap it back near hash to Gillis, and it's an end-over-end punt. It's going to be taken on the back pedal by EMCC, and now goes down the right sideline. Penalty flags everywhere.
Yeah,
and
this was
Zach
coming
Patterson is going to have a good return that's going to be pulled back. And we talked about penalties with Buddy Stevens in the pregame, and this is going to be more penalties he's not happy with because EMCC was about to have excellent field position.
Yeah, multiple blocks in the back.
6:38 on the clock. Clock stopped here in the first quarter. 6-0 EMCC with a lead. Lions number 6 in this week's National Junior College Athletic Association poll. They're number 4 according to JUCO Weekly. Number 2 is Jones in JUCO Weekly. Jones is number 5, just ahead of EMCC by the official poll. And that's Lauren Bell who's explaining the penalty, but we could have told you already. That's coming back. That's going to be a block in the back on EMCC. We saw about 3 yellow flags go flying.
Yeah, we saw it. Everybody in the stadium saw it.
6:38 on the clock still. The EMCC is going to be backed up to their own 19-yard line.
What a great night for football. The weather's perfect.
We can't see the
big
clouds.
Crowd.
Yeah, huge crowd tonight here in Senatobia. You can't see those ominous-looking clouds, even though just a 14% chance of showers for this game. 70 degrees at kickoff. You're exactly right. Jones races his right leg, takes the snap for the 19, surveys the field plenty of time, steps up in the pocket, lets it fly towards the numbers, broken up by Northwest around midfield. And the intended receiver for EMCC is Gentarius Henderson, and it was Jarvis Townsend who knocked it away for Northwest.
Yeah, 3 blue jerseys. They were in coverage, so Northwest had that play defended really well. I like the call, though. We haven't seen the Lions go deep intentionally yet here in the first quarter. Good time to try it on 1st and 10 with a lead.
Bunched receivers here on the near side. They throw it near side. Does Jones, and caught behind the line of scrimmage and dropped at the 15-yard line is Gentarius Henderson, who made that reception. He was along with Barnett and Aka, and pulling him down is Michael Campbell for a loss, and that slip screen did not work.
No, that was the defense guessed on that time, essentially. They guessed that they would throw the screen. They brought a blitz with the corners and stuffed that play for essentially a loss of a couple of yards. So a big 3rd down right here, 3rd and 14.
Northwest is spinning man coverage, and when you want to bust some man coverage, that's what you do. They kind of went a little diamond right there, bunched up near the line of scrimmage. Ball placed on the near hash after the loss of 4th 15.
Got timeout, I believe.
And a timeout's going to be called by Buddy Stevens and EMCC, so they're going to talk about it on offense with 5:45 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 EMCC. They're in a 3rd down and 15 situation when we return in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network.
Student Council, Mayor's Youth Council, and I was also a member of the Youth NWCC. I had a lot of options when it came to college, but decided to attend East Mississippi Community College because of the school's reputation as a powerhouse, both on and off the field. At EMCC, I've been able to take my game to the next level, all while getting my basics for a degree in kinesiology.
Accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The EMCC in a 3rd and 15 from their own 15-yard line. Jones to the shotgun, ball placed near hash, trips on the right side, wide side of the field, and there's movement along that offensive front. At least Northwest is claiming that, and nobody is disputing that on the EMCC offensive line. Sometimes you see people pointing back and forth, and nobody for Northwest jumped, so they can't say anything.
Yeah, there were a couple of guys in blue jerseys, especially on this right side especially, who were pointing immediately even before the flags were thrown. So yeah, it was to the folks down there at the point of attack, it must have been pretty clear.
Yeah, left guard Kylan Carter out of Oak Grove High School in Hattiesburg with the infraction.
Boy, now a really difficult 3rd and 18 right here inside your own 15-yard line.
Ball placed near the 10. Jones to the shotgun. He'll take the snap at the chest, surveys the field. He's rolling to his right, backs up at the goal line. Now lets it go over the left side, and it's incomplete. I think we have another penalty flag that's lying around the 4-yard line. I think this is going to be offensive holding, and we certainly hope that did not occur in the end zone.
I don't think so,
No, I don't think so either. Where they threw it, it's going to be it's a low hit on the quarterback on Northwest. Wow, and that's going to be an automatic first down.
Well,
Wow.
I wondered where that flag was thrown, and with Jones on the ground, I wondered as it was happening if they might throw essentially a roughing the passer penalty, and that's what it was. That's a huge,
I didn't see
huge mistake for Northwest. Now we'll see if EMCC can capitalize.
And before people fault me, I was watching the ball that was falling incomplete around the 30 here at the numbers on the near side. Automatic first down. Spot of the football is going to be at the 25. The EMCC's 25, moving from right to left. The Mighty Lion Band just off to our right here on the visitor side of the field. Trips wide at left. High snap. It's pulled down by Jones. He has plenty of time. Throws it on a fade pattern near side at midfield. It's incomplete. And he was looking for Barnett. And it was Pearson who was in on defense. Byron Tank Pearson.
Yeah.
You know, who would you think on a football team would be, I guess, nicknamed Tank? You're thinking running back,
Right.
fullback, maybe
Linebacker.
a big linebacker or defensive lineman, not a defensive back.
Yeah, not a corner. Right.
Second down and 10 from their own 25. High snap again, but pulled down. Perryman goes up the middle, finds a hole. He's on across the 35, cuts to the numbers to the 40, stays on his feet. 45 midfield, and he's going to slip down at the 46-yard line of Northwest on the near sideline. And coming in is Townsend, who's going to touch him and get credited with the tackle there with 5:24 and counting on the clock here in the first quarter. EMCC with a big run there by Zias Perryman.
Yeah, the offensive line doing a great job this drive, Jason, of opening up holes on the running plays and giving Jones time to find receivers on the passing plays.
Trips right, single receiver near side. Ball placed at the 48 officially. And pulling it from the belly of Perryman is Jones. He goes down the numbers to the 45, gets to the sideline, 35 near side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. It's enough for a first down. Jamari Jones getting it done with his legs, and he is going to be knocked down by Pearson.
EMCC trying to take advantage of this extra possession, essentially, after the penalty on 3rd and long. Bang, bang, 2 chunk plays on the ground from Perryman and Jones. 1st and 10 at the Northwest 36.
Same formation as last. Perryman flanked off to the left of Jones. He'll survey that 4-man front. Here's the snap. Pocket protection is great. Steps up, fires it deep towards the end zone. Has a man caught. Touchdown, EMCC. Oh, my goodness, from 36 yards out. Huge touchdown reception for the Lions, and I believe that's Henderson. It is, John Terrius Henderson. Boy, he beat the defense down that far seam, and then Jones just unloads and catches him in stride.
And the running back, I believe it was Perryman, in the backfield, picked up on the blitz, got an extra blocker in there, gave Jones an extra second, and then a beautiful throw as he's being hit for a 36-yard touchdown.
Henderson with his 3rd touchdown reception. Jamari Jones with his 15th on the year. And Rogers is going to put it through the uprights this time, and it's 13-0 EMCC with 4:27 to go in the opening quarter. We'll return in 30 seconds to Senatobia. This is the EMCC Football Network. It's because the line did such a fantastic job on that offensive possession, except for the pre-snap penalty. They graded really well. Jones steps up in the pocket, and he finds Henderson from 36 yards out. Hit him in stride in the end zone, And the PAT by Rogers is good. It's 13-0 with 4:27 to go here in the opening quarter. And it's a high end-over-end kick backing up at the 2-yard line and taking it as Northwest. Across the 10, the numbers 20, 25, has a seam at the 30, 35. He has the kicker to beat, and he gets sandwiched, stays on his feet, gets inside the 45, inside the 40, finally knocked down around the 38-yard line. And that is Keon Fordham, a receiver who's the return man there, and Lawrence Sullivan Jr. knocks him off his feet. He got sandwiched at the 45, his own 45. Rogers was in on that sandwich, and I thought, hey, he's going to get him on the ground, but he stayed upright and gets inside the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. That's about, what, a 58, 59-yard return?
And that'll be his longest return on the season. Previous long, a 27-yard return a few weeks ago. Fordham averaging, coming into the ballgame tonight, 22 yards per return.
Pistol formation. Jamarian Bracey will stand behind Hires. Hires will take the shotgun snap. Play action, surveys the field, hit from behind, and fumbles the football, and falling on it at the 47-yard line is EMCC. And there's a pile. I couldn't see who it is and who's coming up with it, and that is Devin Yaw Lofton. And EMCC has a chance to have a quick strike here and really pour it to the Rangers in the first quarter of play, taking advantage of their mistakes.
We saw Northwest force a turnover on the first possession of the ball game. Now EMCC forces their first turnover, and that was a forced turnover. That was a coverage sack and a strip sack and a fumble recovery. What a huge momentum swing after Fordham had the big kickoff return. You thought Northwest maybe has something going, and then immediately on the very next play, the big defensive play by the Lions. Great job to get the ball back.
Great job by Lofton with the hit and the recovery. Twin receivers either side. Ball placed middle of the field. Shotgun snap for their own 47. Jones flushed out of the pocket. Squares, fires. It's caught inside Ranger territory at the 48-yard line. Getting down to the 45 for EMCC is going to be Gentarius Henderson. Knocking him off his feet is Fred Harris Jr. EMCC will have a second down and short, 8-yard gain on the pitch and catch from Jones to Henderson.
Got an injured Ranger getting helped off the field, so a momentary play stoppage.
I think that's going to be jersey number 50, and it is Deshaun Brooks, a defensive lineman from Corinth. So we're set, spotted the football, the 45-yard line of Northwest. Shotgun snap, firing it quickly towards the sideline right side, caught at the 41, stepping out of bounds at the 40-yard line is EMCC. And making that reception for EMCC is Zach Patterson. So it's a short gain, but a first down gain. They're going to say he went out of bounds around the 41. That's where one of his toes went out over there, across the way. Ball placed on the right hash. Jones in the shotgun as Perryman flanked off his right shoulder. Shotgun snap, going to leave it with Perryman. Escapes a tackle in the backfield. Jukes another man out of his shoes. Tries to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And he will gain a yard down to the 40-yard line as he goes around the right end.
Wow, Perryman, I think 2 or 3 of the best runs tonight by Perryman have been incredibly short gains where he turns nothing into at least something and avoids the big negative play.
And even, like you just did the negative play. That's what he's avoided tonight. Trips left side, that's near side, as EMCC up 13-0 with 2:49 and counting in the first quarter. Are moving from right to left. 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain by Perryman. Showing blitz from the right side is Northwest. Here they come. Jones has got to be flushed to the right. Steps up in the pocket, though, and fires it towards the sideline. Caught somehow.
Wow.
Inside the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. Oh, my goodness. That is Duke Miller. How in the world did he make that catch, Anthony?
I have no idea. He actually draped his arms over the back of the defender and somehow grabbed that ball and brought it back over the head of the would-be interceptor.
Wow.
Just a great catch on a ball that really was underthrown by Jones.
First and goal from the 8. Jones in the shotgun as Perryman to his left. High snap. Leaves it with Perryman. No, pulls it from him. Gets to the 5 and goes towards the goal line. Dives to the goal line. Touchdown! EMCC. Oh, my goodness. Jones with the nice zone read, and he takes it in from 8 yards out. And Jamari Jones gets his third rushing touchdown on the season.
Listen, you get the fumble near midfield. You establish the run immediately. That opens up the read option plays. Just a great start. You could not have scripted a better start for EMCC. Up 19 points here in the first quarter.
We'll await the PAT. Rogers missed his first, made his second. This is the third attempt. Ham will snap it. Here it is. The hold by Stewart. The kick from the right foot is through the uprights and good. And EMCC has busted it open to 19-0. Should be 20-0. There it is. Now they put it up on the board. I was beginning to think I couldn't count. 2:08 to go in the first. It's 20-0 EMCC in the first period of play. This is the EMCC Football Network. Touchdowns and run for one here in this contest, and it's 20-0 EMCC. 2:08 to go in the first quarter, and it's a short end-over-end kick, and it was supposed to be a sky kick, and technically is, but instead of skying up high in the sky and landing at the 30, it kind of goes line drive and is fair caught by Kevin Diaz at the 21-yard line across the way at the numbers. Well, the Lions have kicked it deep a couple of times, got beat that last time, so decided to go back to the sky kick.
That's an effective decision there. Force someone else who's not accustomed to catching the kickoff to catch the ball, one of the up men, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to call for a fair catch, prevents any opportunity for a big return.
Michael Hires will stand in the shotgun with twins. To the near side as H-back shifts from right to left on that offensive line. He'll take the shotgun snap from the pistol formation, hands it off to his tailback, who gets out across the 31, and the ball comes out, but they're going to say he was down. So it's going to be about a...
It's going to be about an 8-yard gain.
Run. Yeah. Julian Selvey will make the tackle. And I think that was Jaquarius Williams who's back in the contest. Yeah, Williams at tailback.
And he's been the most used tailback on the season by Northwest.
2nd and 4, officially a 6-yard gain. EMCC almost jumped on that right side of the defensive line. They're going to go with a 4-man front. Linebackers playing close to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers near side, wide side of the field. Ball placed around the 31 on the left hash. The Rangers 31 moving left to right. Shotgun snap, looking deep over the field. Has to step up in the pocket, hit, and gets rid of it quickly. It's incomplete around the 30, and the only person standing there was, I think that... it's a tight end, Tyson Keys. I was about to say it was the left tackle, and I realized, no, that's the tight end.
Well, and the officials came in and I think briefly kind of looked at each other to make sure that it wouldn't be intentional grounding.
Right.
Great defensive pressure that time from EMCC.
Yeah, Tate Deer with the pressure. 1:18 to go in the first quarter, 3rd down and 4. At their own 31, ball left hash for Northwest. Same formation as last. Aquarius Williams, the tailback. He's in the pistol formation, standing behind Hires. Michael Hires will clap his hands. Claps it again, takes the snap, turns, hands it off to his tailback, goes around the right guard, and he is going to get out across the 35, enough for a first down up to around the 38-yard line. Elijah Davis will make the tackle for EMCC, and we're about to be at the 1-minute mark in the first quarter, so it's an 8-yard gain for Williams. It's kind of like a stretch play that time with the long handoff.
And this is what they do with Williams. They give him a bunch of carries with the intent of sort of wearing down the opposing team's defensive front seven.
Play action, bubble screen left side, and it's caught out across the 40 up to around the 44-yard line. And making the reception for Northwest. And I think that is going to be... Sheffield. It is Sheffield. Joshua Short will make the tackle for EMCC.
So a 5-yard gain.
It's DT Sheffield, and there was a DT Shackelford that played for Ole Miss, and that's why I called him Shackelford earlier. My apologies. They bring the slot receiver in as the H-back behind the left tackle. Handing it off to Williamson. Started around the right side, bounced it back up the middle, and he's going to be tackled as he got across the 45 up to the 46. It was a 3rd down and 5, and it's going to be now a 3rd down and 3. We'll start that play on 3rd down and 3 inside the second quarter. Drew Tuazama, the Syracuse transfer, will make the tackle. And the Lions playing some pretty good defense so far, really good offense, and they lead it 20-0 as we head to the second quarter of play. This is the EMCC Football Network.
Of the first quarter, it is all Lions as EMCC leads Northwest 20-0. A look at the numbers in the first quarter, dominated by EMCC, 10 first downs to 2 for the Lions. They on the ground have rushed for 79 yards, holding the Rangers to only 16 yards rushing. Through the air, the Lions 124 passing yards, Northwest only 18. So total yardage, EMCC 23 snaps in the first quarter for 203 yards.
Ooh,
The Rangers only 13 snaps for just 34 yards in the first 15 minutes of play. EMCC averaging almost 9 yards per play while holding the Rangers to less than 3 yards per snap.
I tell you what, our statistician Gavin Gilbert does a great job. He's back home tonight because Northwest has a really good statistician. He's the Ole Miss statistician. Gavin is the Mississippi State statistician. So Northwest and EMCC flexing their muscles with stats guys. Inside handoff, and Williams is going to get inside EMCC territory on third and short. He gets the first down. He gets down inside the 45 at the 44 as he went between the tackles. Joshua Short will trip him up at the EMCC 44-yard line. So Northwest using Williams right there to get another big first down.
And this is what Northwest is going to do. It's still so early in the ball game. They are going to stick with their running attack.
And they turn and hand it off to him again as he goes straight up the gut and kind of flares out to the right between the hashes. And he's going to get down to about the 43. So only a gain of 1 on the play. And that'll bring up a second down and 9. A couple of black jerseys there to make the tackle for the EMCC Lions. So a gang tackle there. 20-0 EMCC with the lead. 14-25 and counting here in the first quarter of play. Lions checking in at number 6 in the NJCAA poll this week. They go with a 4-man front. Twins to the right. Williams gets the handoff again, tries to go around right end, and he is going to escape one tackle. Can't the second as he dives down to the 40-yard line. And that's going to bring up a third down and long situation. So Williams is going to be tripped up over there by EMCC's Joshua Short. We've called out Joshua's name a lot in the first quarter. He's been all over the field defensively. Joshua Short, who's out of Greenville, Mississippi, played at Northwest Rankin High School and Mississippi State, transferring here to Scuba.
I know it's early, still first half, Jason, but it may be 2-down territory right here for Northwest.
Fair point, because you're in that kind of no man's land anyway. 3rd down and 6. He'll snap it from the 40 of EMCC. They fired across the middle and making the reception around the 31, but being knocked to the ground. That's enough for a first down, though. And making the reception, that's Jacoby Jones who will make the reception. And it was just a flash of black jersey and wrinkled silver. Yeah. Jamari Evans. Sorry, Jamari, I couldn't tell you. You came out of nowhere and
he laid the lumber on him. Jones, though, good job holding on. Probably the best ball thrown tonight by Hires.
So another first down for Northwest. They're kind of methodically going down the field. Snap for the 31. They fired at the numbers at the 20 and caught, getting inside the 20. And another first down is registered by Northwest.
No, he dropped it. They're going to
say.
Oh,
he dropped it. Okay.
They're going to come in late and say ball was knocked out. Incomplete.
Yeah. It was Tyson Keys who was the intended receiver. And if you know that name, Oak Grove High School, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. 6'1", 255, a sophomore. A lot of talented Keys all the way from Taylorsville to Hattiesburg. Twin receivers here wide side of the field to the left. Ball placed on the right hash at the 31. Inside blitz, and they tried the tunnel screen, and it's incomplete at the 30-yard line because Hires had to get rid of it really quickly. Coming in on pressure was Brandon Larry. There were black jerseys that just came flying up the middle with that inside pressure, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long situation, 3rd and 10 to be exact. 12:50 to go before halftime. 20-0 EMCC on top of the Rangers.
That's how you defend the bubble screen.
And now timeout called by EMCC. And Buddy Stevens and his club down there not happy. It looks like Daniel Boone, or Chris Boone, I beg your pardon. Chris Boone, the defense coordinator, is going to really be firing up his troops here. Back in 30 seconds to Senatobia. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC with 12:50 on the clock here in the second quarter. And just because EMCC has the big lead doesn't mean that you lose your focus as a broadcaster and just somewhere out of nowhere say Daniel Boone when you're talking about Chris Boone, and you know it's Chris Boone all the way. And then after you say it, you're like, wait a minute, I didn't say Chris, did I? Anthony's making fun of me. So we've got David Crockett over there, Daniel Boone over here.
Jim Bowie somewhere.
Well, you certainly hope this defense here on 3rd and 10 can play tough like those guys we just mentioned. Because just going down the field kind of methodically, we've seen Northwest, and they'll get in a 3rd situation, and then Williams will bail them out. But this is 3rd and 10. In the shotgun, H-back lined up off the right tackle. Here's the snap from the shotgun to Hires. He'll hand it off to Williams. He's going to dance around, and he's going to get down to the 25. He's not close. He's about 4 yards shy of the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Now let's see if they're going to do what you said and go for it in 2-down territory.
Yeah, that play call leads me to believe the offense will stay out there.
Yeah.
They had 3rd and 10. They got half of it with the inside handoff.
Fair.
Now it's 4th and 5. Yeah, they're going for this.
It's 4-down territory, but they had 2 downs to get it when we mentioned it. Clapping his hands to the shotgun is Hires. He'll look back to the far sideline, which is loaded with Columbia powder blue. It looks like the Columbia Lions out there. But they're the Northwest Rangers. Trips wide side of the field, near side. They're going to snap it from the 25 and floating it on a fade pattern near side. It's a couple of receivers there, and it's a free-for-all. It's incomplete. EMCC did a good job defending there at the pylon, and so EMCC is going to take over at their own 25, and that works as good as a punt into the end zone, +5.
Yeah, that was really good defense in the secondary. I'm not sure who the intended wideout was. Somebody messed up there. There were 2 blue jerseys, 2 wide receivers for the Rangers, essentially running the exact same route in the same corner of the end zone. So someone messed up. E.J.
Mason, number 1, got his hands on it there at the pylon. But you're right. I don't know if it was E.J. who messed up or if it was intended for him or what, but you're right. It kind of disrupted things a bit.
Don't think it would have mattered, though. It was well defended.
Very well defended. Trips near side, bubble screen thrown near side, and it is caught around the 25, making the reception for EMCC, but his knee goes down. Goodness, that's going to be Jacob Patridge, a freshman from Meridian, Mississippi, on the bubble screen. His knee goes down around the line of scrimmage, so no gain. And that'll bring up now a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, had to go down to make that catch on a low throw, and it was pretty clear his knee was down when he grabbed that ball.
Trip receivers all bunched up in a diamond formation between the hash and the numbers near side, short side of the field. Lions have it 2nd and 10 for their own 25, moving left to right. High snap off to the left shoulder, but pulled down and thrown near side, and it is caught by EMCC, making the reception Zach Patterson. He's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 33-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds by Pearson. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and short situation. He's got 2 yards to gain. Patterson with an 8-yard gain there on the quick screen pass. The tunnel screen near side. They're going to go in the same formation as last, except they're going to move the tailback, Perryman, off the left shoulder of Jones. And the shotgun takes the snap, and he hands it off to Perryman, goes straight up the middle, gets out across the 35, and he's going to have enough, I believe, for the first down as he gets up across the 36. He does this time. It just depended on the spot around the 25, which was the first down marker. And 35, I should say.
And the refs let that ball or let that play go on for about 3 or 4 seconds after he had been stopped. He never went down, though, kept his legs moving. They're going to say forward progress to the 36.
Sam Brumfield's going to knock him off his feet, and it's a first down, 10 to go from their own 36, moving left to right. Ball near hash at the 11-minute mark before halftime in the second quarter. Perryman with the handoff, tries to go around the right tackle, and great job by Northwest of stopping him. Now the crowd here on the near side is going to want a face mask or a horse collar, a little bit of all of it, but that's Kylan Robinson who's going to make a great tackle. Basically, he just got him up high, which you normally can't do, but it's almost like he got him in a chokehold.
His bicep. And so it wasn't a face mask, and it wasn't a horse collar.
It was a clothesline.
That's right. It was a clothesline play, and Perryman lost his helmet.
So Perryman will have to take a seat. 5 wide, empty backfield for Jones and company on second down and 9. Here's the snap for the shotgun. Looks near side, throws it near side, caught at the 40-yard line, tiptoeing up the near sideline. It's by Perryman. He's still in there. Across the 35, cuts middle of the field, makes another man miss. Running laterally at the 30. He has a wall of blockers, gets to the 20, and finally pushed out of bounds somewhere around the 29-yard line. Boy, he ran all over the field. He ran about 100 yards to get that first down and more, and the EMCC's in the red zone.
And did a great job staying in bounds near midfield to turn a good gain into a huge gain.
I thought he took a seat on the near sideline, and he was still out there, Anthony. And I was like, wait, that's 34 who made the reception at the slot receiver spot. Now he's off the left shoulder of Jones, trip short side of the field left. Now they'll spread it out. Twin receivers either side. Ball placed at the 18-yard line officially. First down and 10 to go for EMCC. They're in the red zone. They're at the 18 of the Rangers. Man coverage once again for the Rangers, a 3-man front. Here's the shotgun snap, looking left side, fires it towards the pylon. It is caught by EMCC, but short of the goal line, down around the 2-yard line. I got to see who made the reception. Got to grab the binoculars. Miles Hobson will make the reception. Had to grab them from Caterwood, our fine spotter tonight, filling in for Robert Ware. So it's now a second down and goal situation for EMCC at the 2.
Nice back shoulder throw by Jones.
It's Ethan Connor at quarterback, high snap. He pulls it down in a wildcat situation, goes around the right side. He's going to walk into the end zone from 2 yards out right side, touchdown EMCC. Ethan Connor with another touchdown this season, and that's going to be his second on the ground, I believe. He has not thrown one. That's his third. I've been one number off all night tonight. That's his third on the ground. Ethan Connor out of Columbus, Mississippi.
That's right. Freshman out of Columbus High School. I saw him do that many times during his 3-year career playing quarterback for Columbus High.
Ham to snap. Stewart to hold. Rogers to kick it. High snap pulled down. Here's the hold, the kick. It is good. And it's now 27-0. EMCC here in the first half. 9:11 to go before the intermission. We'll be back momentarily. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC with his fourth touchdown of the first half. It's 27-0. They did miss a PAT on the first touchdown. Ethan Connor with a 2-yard touchdown run, his third of the season. The freshman out of Columbus High School coming in kind of a wildcat formation. It's a high sky kick, fair catch called for at the 30-yard line at the numbers. And that's where Northwest will have it. And making the fair catch is Kevin Diaz, a tight end out of Houston, Mississippi. It's pretty good hands there. The up back at the 30-yard line. Actually, I'm sorry, the 34. He'll call for it at the 30, and he moves forward to the 34 when he makes the catch. Nope, at the 30. I was wondering what in the world. I'm like, I know my eyes are not deceiving me, but it looked as like they were going to put the ball at the 34. It should be strike 3. I think you should probably take over as play-by-play guy now.
No.
I'll do color.
I'll leave it in your hands.
9:11 to go in the second quarter of play. So from their own 30, That's where Michael Hires and company will get started. Pistol formation, ball placed near hash. They'll snap it at the waist. He fakes the give, throws it over the middle. It's bobbled but caught at the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Is getting across the 40 up to the 41 is DT Sheffield. Sheffield will be knocked off his feet by Charles Thomas for EMCC. Up to the 41, and they're going to go up tempo here. Yeah. Hires in the shotgun will take the snap. He leaves it with his tailback, who has a big hole up the middle. He's across midfield, running between the hashes inside the 45, down to about the 42-yard line. And I don't think that's Williams. I think that's Bracey, the freshman who's come in there. He's the big guy knocked off his feet by Braden Crawford.
Yeah, Bracey, the third running back in this three-headed running back rotation. Williams, Shaw, Bracey, and Bracey maybe the most talented of all three.
Bracey will get the carry again, goes off the right side, has more room. He's going to be undercut around the 35, gets down to the 34. Jamarian Bracey with a big run again there. They've got some bruising backs. He's the bigger guy. When you look at Bracey, as far as his size, by the way, it was Jaquarius Williams. I'm sorry. Jeremy Mack Jr.
On the year, Jason, Bracey averaging over 7 yards a carry.
Shotgun snap, play action, and hiding, and now crouching up is Hires. He throws it between the numbers and the sideline near side at the 10. It's going to be incomplete. Threw it just a little bit wide of his intended receiver. That was Jacoby Jones, who was the intended receiver. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. in on defense. Ball rests inside the 35 at the far hash at the 34-yard line. You mentioned Bracey, 6'1", 250 out of Bryan, Arkansas. Wearing jersey number 3. He'll be behind Hires, who's in the pistol formation. H-back on the right side of the formation. Twin receivers on the right side as well. Takes a snap at the knees, leaves it with Bracey. Has another hole, goes around the right side of the numbers. Gets inside the 25 down to about the 23. It's another first down for Northwest. And Bracey has carried the load literally on this drive with 7:44 and counting to go. It's Jeremy Mack Jr. with another tackle.
Yeah, Bracey is a good-looking running back. I got to think the only reason he doesn't play more is because he's only a freshman, and Williams and Shaw ahead of him are sophomores. You understand the offense more, but coming into the ball game tonight, Bracey had 27 carries, so he'd been used in all 3 previous ball games.
Trip receivers wide side of the field to go with Bracey. Oh, this time he runs into a black wall at around the line of scrimmage, and he is dropped for no gain. Lee Koba comes in and pops him in the mouth.
That was...
My goodness, and that's what Bracey needed. He has not been hit hard on this drive, and he's just kind of been running downhill, and he gets down to about the 23-yard line, in between the 23 and 24, which is the line of scrimmage.
That was mano-y-mano. And Bracey actually comes off the field for a moment. Might need to regather himself.
Might have had the wind knocked out of him with 6:40 and counting to go in the second quarter. It's 27-0 EMCC. Rangers trying to get on the board. Back out there, tailback is Jaquarius Williams. They play action to Williams, fires it over on the right side, found his tight end, but he gets down to about the 21 before he's knocked out of bounds.
There's just no one open downfield for Northwest. The EMCC secondary is doing a really good job in their man coverage, and then the defensive line is putting enough pressure on Hires that he doesn't have time to look downfield.
Brandon Larry there in on defense, so it's incomplete, and it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 10 situation. I thought it was caught momentarily.
Well, they ruled that Diaz, I think, dropped it as he was going out of bounds.
Trips left side, single receiver to the right, moving from right to left, ball right hash. They'll snap it momentarily from the 23 of the EMCC Lions. And backside pressure, thrown over the middle, caught at the 12-yard line at the seam. Michael Myers is going to complete the pass, and it's Jaquarius Williams who's going to make the reception. A 12-yard gain is going to result into a Northwest first down. And they're inside the 15-yard line down to about the 11. And making the tackle is going to be Kendarius Smith.
That time, Williams out of the backfield just ran a little running back out route. Linebackers didn't pick him up fast enough. Good throw by Hires and a big 3rd down conversion.
Twins near side, single receiver to the right. Same formation basically as last. They'll bring that single receiver in motion, and they fake the sweep and give it to Williams, who's going to walk in untouched. Touchdown from 11 yards out, from right behind right guard. between the numbers and the hash, and it's a touchdown for Northwest with 5:41 to go here in the second quarter. You just knew this team was just too good not to come out and respond at some point in the first half.
It took them a while, and they've been a slow-starting team all year, but, yeah, you knew, Jason, they wouldn't go down quietly. That was an impressive drive and a nice counter run to get it into the end zone.
And the PAT is through the uprights by Tanner Gillis. And it is 27-7, 20-point lead for EMCC with 5:41 to go before halftime. Williams with an 11-yard touchdown run, and the Rangers are on the board. It's 27-7. We'll be back with the kick to the Lions in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC. In soon, and your Lions men's, women's basketball teams will be hitting the court. For season and single game tickets, call 662-476-5000 and order yours today. Practice began for a lot of basketball teams across the country today, Anthony, as it's 27-7 as we get back to the gridiron. It was Aquarius Williams with an 11-yard touchdown run for the Rangers. After the PAT, it's a 20-point game, 27-7. Gillis is going to get his right leg into it. It's high end over end, and backing up is Patterson. He'll take it in the end zone to go to his right knee. And it's a touchback, and EMCC will have it at their own 25-yard line. Gillis has a leg, and boy, let me tell you, it gets off his toes in a hurry. And so the Lions will have 5:41 to answer, up 27-7. So a 20-point lead, and EMCC will get ball possession here at their own 25-yard line. If you're David Boykin and Buddy Stevens, what do you do offensively here to try to eat some clock but get in that end zone as well?
Well, a 3-score lead, you would think they're going to feed Perryman here, which they've been doing that most of the ball game already, but I would imagine we're going to see a even steadier dose of Mr. Perryman here on the final 5.5 minutes.
And he has big play potential with his legs. Shotgun snap, firing it at the hash. Caught 35-yard line, still on his feet at the 40-45. Inside Ranger territory, down to the 46-yard line. And the reception is made. And I think that is Cameron Hines. It is.
It is.
Cameron Hines with the reception. He's tripped up by Colin Robinson.
Well, we saw Hines catch balls just like that all year long last year playing for Starkville High School.
And a handoff to Perryman, tries to get the edge on the right side. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 41. Him and the defender still talking but patting each other. It's kind of interesting. Byron Pearson will make the stop. Perryman tried to pat him on the back of the helmet, and he kept talking.
Well,
and it wouldn't be football if they didn't talk, right?
I'll tell you what, you and I mentioned, what are they going to do here to take some time off the clock? Well, they're going to run hurry-up offense and throw the ball down the field. So what do we know?
I've been doing EMCC football for 12 seasons. I should know better. Second and medium after the 6-yard gain. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, firing it, and it's caught at the numbers, the 25-yard line, and making the reception for EMCC, and that's Joshua Aka, who had 17 receptions coming in. Byron Pearson will make the tackle once again. It's a first down and more. He'll get 2 yards after catch. Caught it at the 25, gets down to the 23. Ball placed on the near hash, moving from left to right towards that south end zone. 4:32 in counting here in the second quarter. Short receivers bunch left side of the formation. And they give it to Perryman. I thought he was about to pull it from his belly was Jones, and he goes around the right side. Gets out of bounds. I think he went out of bounds around the 21. And running him out of bounds is Jatavius Hibbler.
And that's one of those moments where perhaps Jones, if it truly was a read option play, perhaps next time with that same defensive look, he'll just take that ball and keep it himself. He could have picked up at least 5 or 10 yards.
2-yard gain down to the 21 of the Rangers. They're facing a 3-man front of the Lions. Trips wide side of the field to the left. Jones races his right leg. Linebacker showing pressure. 2nd and 8 from the 21 as mentioned, and they got the left guard to move. This is unless there was a timeout just called. I did not see a penalty flag, but jumping up was a left guard for EMCC. And now the officials are going to talk about things.
Well, if someone did throw a flag, they had to have thrown it right by the EMCC sideline where we can't see it. And
Yeah, it's false start, so I was correct. And once again, Cater's pointing. I still don't see a flag. There's a whip. It's going to be on the offensive line, obviously, and it's going to back up to the 27-yard line. So the ball was placed just outside of the 22. It'll be just nose of the football at the 27. Ball play still near hash. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. 27-7, EMCC with the lead, and they're trying to tackle more. They're trying to answer that 11-yard touchdown run by the Rangers. Trips left. Jones with a shotgun snap, looking left, and he fires it and reaching around, catching it from behind him and falling down at the 21-yard line is the EMCC receiver. And that was Robinson who will make that reception. Carl Robertson. EMCC's gone with their second on the depth chart receivers. Michael Campbell will make the tackle. A lot of new names out there for EMCC right now, and they've done that a lot this season.
And that was a heck of a catch. That was a ball thrown behind him, and he did a really good job to come down with that one.
Ball left hash this time, and now timeout called by Northwest. Benji Parker wants to talk about it. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 3:02 to go in the first half. 27-7, EMCC on top.
Mugs, decals, and car tags. They have official Adidas gear, just like the Lions wear, and with low prices. The EMCC bookstore is located
EMCC gear. The bookstore is open Monday through Friday on either campus of EMCC, and now shop online anytime at emccbookstore.com. The bookstore will remain open until kickoff on game days, and you can also visit their windows at the concession stand during the game. We're wearing EMCC shirts. It came from the EMCC bookstore. Nice Adidas polos. You can get what the Lions wear. That's right.
Mine's a loaner.
Yes, it is.
I might have to go buy one for myself.
They're very, very reasonably priced. 3:02 to go here in the second quarter. EMCC up 27-7. Now penalty flag flies. Are we ever going to snap it again?
Yeah, this is. I know the coaches are not going to be pleased with this last sequence of events. Another false start on the offense.
Yeah, third false start on the EMCC offensive front, and they've graded well though. Outside of those penalties, they've handled that 3- and 4-man front for Northwest.
We have yet to see a punt tonight from the Lions. So the offense outside of the interception on the opening drive has been almost perfect.
3rd and 12 now as they place it across the 25-yard line, stepping up in the pocket, throwing it to the end zone, and getting a fingertip on it was EMCC. And I think that was Barnett he was looking for, yes. Dre Shoemaker in on defense, and I think got his fingertips on it possibly. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Does EMCC go for the points here? Spotted the football. Is out around the 26-yard line.
Yeah, going to be about a 44-yard kick if you want to kick it, but I think the offense will stay out there.
They're going to stay out there, yeah. Jones with the shotgun. Wide side of the field's near side with receivers. Here's the snap. He's looking right, surveys the field, steps up in the pocket again, and squares and fires towards the end zone, and it's intercepted. And coming out across the 5, the 10, 15, 20 angles near side and undercut around the 23-yard line. And making the interception is Jarvis Townsend. So that's Jones' second pick of this game, and EMCC is going to come away without points. 27-7 is the score with 2:42 to go, and they went on that NASCAR pace. There's still some time for Northwest here to get some points on the board. And they get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly. So now they get to run their 2-minute offense and see if they can at least get 3 on the board. Worst case scenario, they can run the clock out with a 1st down, with EMCC only with 1 timeout remaining. And then they get the ball back to begin the 3rd quarter, Jason. As you mentioned, good defense. I mean, sometimes the opposing team just has the right defensive call at the right time, and that was the case there. Good defense. That throw would have had to have been perfect. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And so the interception, and now Northwest with some momentum on their side. They scored on their last drive. Now they get a rare defensive stop here in the first half, and still down by 20 though, but 2:42 to go here in quarter number 2.
Well, was there a penalty on Northwest? They're moving it back to the 12-yard line.
On the return.
On the return?
Yeah, I never saw a flag, but there apparently was a block in the back on the return after the pick in the end zone.
Because he got to the 22, bringing it back 22 yards, negate it by 10 back at the 12. Hires claps twice, and EMCC almost bit on it. Coming around the right side, Trey Lang had jumped across but got back as he got in the neutral zone. And Northwest did snap it. There's 9 to snap it, now 7. Hires directs his H-back from the left side to the right side of the line, facing a 3-man front. Here's the snap. He's going to leave it with Bracey. Comes around the left side, and he's going to try to put on the skids at around the 15. He's going to go down around the 17-yard line. Kel Williams will make the tackle for EMCC. So it's going to be a decent gain of 6 yards. Bring up a 2nd and 4 situation from near the 18-yard line. Close to the 20. They'll fire it near side. It's caught around the 22, which is the sticks, and then pushed out of bounds around the 23. And Jacob Horn, the receiver from Tupelo, Mississippi, transfer back from Texas State. Brandon Larry will push him out of bounds. It's a first down for Northwest, moving right to left. We're about to be at 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 27-7, EMCC on top. Hires, claps his hands, takes the snap, leaves it with Williams, and he tries to go behind the right guard, gets out across the 25 up to about the 26-yard line. So that's a gain of officially 3. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Tate Deere will make the tackle for EMCC.
Northwest not in a terrible hurry right here.
Facing a 4-man front. There's plenty of time to throw. Throws it over the middle, and it is caught. And breaking a tackle around the 38, running laterally at the 38, finally falling down at the 38 is Keon Fordham. Kel Williams will knock him off his feet. That's enough for a first down.
We've seen Fordham make some plays in the return game. First time we've seen Fordham make a play of any consequence in the passing game. Now we have an injured EMCC defender on the field at around the Rangers' 37-yard line.
As Joshua Short, and they're going to help him up to his feet, and he's going to walk off on his own accord with his hands on his hips. I want to remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll take a look around the Southeastern Conference. We'll review last week's matchups. We'll also preview this week's big SEC games. Big one, especially here in this territory, because there's a lot of powder blue that's not necessarily Ranger fans, but they're Ole Miss fans are both. But Ole Miss got a big game on the road. And the last time Ole Miss beat Alabama, one of our coaches was the quarterback.
That's right. Back in 2015.
Yeah. Chad Kelly, who's just above us here in the press box, led them to defeat Lane Kiffin's club over in Tuscaloosa in 2015. They throw it near side. It's caught. And there's going to be a late hit out of bounds. Absolutely. EMCC comes in. I think that was Lee Koba who's going to make the late hit. He was being corralled, and the he is Jacob Horn, who caught it near side, got to midfield, and then was hit out of bounds. There were 2 black jerseys there. Koba just came up and hit him out of bounds. Aquarius Jameson is going to be credited with the tackle. Koba is going to throw his hands out, but, he hit him in the white there, and that's out of bounds. And, you just can't have penalties like that with 1:13 to go, and now they're going to be down to the EMCC 34-yard line as Northwest.
Yeah, it wasn't an egregious penalty, but
still,
technically, he was out of bounds. You can't do that.
Trips wide side of the field to the right. Ball placed near hash at the 34 of EMCC. Ayers will take the snap. They pick up the blitz. He fires it over the middle, and it is bobbled and not caught at the 30-yard line by his intended receiver.
That was Keys, I think.
Yeah, it is Keys. No, I'm sorry, it's Horn. Horn was the intended receiver. Just made a huge catch, got hit out of bounds, and after the penalty at the 34, then he drops it at the 30, and would have still been running.
Perhaps an example of trying to run before securing the catch.
Clock stops with 1:09 to go in the second quarter. 20-point lead for the visitors of EMCC. They'll snap it here momentarily for the near hash at the 34. Hires takes a low snap at the knees. He's going to throw it to Horn again at the 31-yard line. It's caught. EMCC's trying to tackle him inbounds, and they do. 1:02, 1:01, exactly 1 minute to play in the first half. EMCC up by 20. Kel Williams will make the tackle in bounds, and it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and long situation from the 31 of EMCC. Northwest with the snap. They throw it on the screen pass right side, and there's not much of a bubble there. And as soon as the young man caught it, he was drugged down to the turf before he could get out of bounds.
They're actually going to rule him out of bounds, Jason.
Jacoby Jones made the reception. Are you kidding me? Cam McCullum will make the tackle. I thought he got him in bounds, but it all happened across the way.
So the clock stops, 43 seconds left. The Rangers have 2 timeouts still.
So not in too much of a hurry as they get inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Ball placed on the right hash this time, moving right to left. Trips wide side of the field near side. Hires gets a sign from the Northwest sideline. Looks back again as Williams flanked off to his left. Will snap it from the 28 of EMCC as pressure. Now gets rid of it quickly, and it's in and out of the hands after it hit the gut of his intended receiver, and that is D.T. Sheffield, and it's incomplete inside the 15. And so that's going to bring up a 4th and 4 with 37 seconds to go. Clock stopped. Or was that 4th? That was 4th down.
That was 4th down.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. I thought that was 3rd down. So EMCC will have it with 37 seconds to go, and you have a feeling they're probably just going to either run a play here with Perryman or take a knee.
Well, a huge break there for EMCC because...
Huge break.
I mean, Sheffield was open on that play and just dropped it.
They had a couple of dropsies there on that drive, and that's what EMCC is going to do. They're just going to go up under center, take the snap. Jones is going to go to his right knee inside the 30, and that'll run the clock out here in this first half with 30 seconds to go. And we're going to have our halftime coming up for you here momentarily. When we return in 1 minute, we are going to take a look at our first half scoring summary. We'll have our SEC update program coming up in the next segment as well. 27-7. They did put 47 up there for some reason. 27-7. EMCC leads by 20. This is the EMCC Football Network. Seven in Senatobia over Northwest. The Lions got on the board first. A 19-yard touchdown reception from Zias Perryman from Jamari Jones. The PAT was no good. It was 6-0 with 8:52 to go in the first quarter. And with 4:27 to go in the first, a 36-yard touchdown reception from Gentarius Henderson from Jones made it 13-0. There was a turnover there, fumble by Northwest in the in-between. And with 2:08 to go, Jones with an 8-yard touchdown scramble. The PAT was good. It was 20-0 there in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Ethan Connor got into the end zone. The third man on the depth chart. The Columbus freshman goes in from 2 yards out around the right side with a 9:11 to go, and that made it 27-0. And then with 5:41 to go on the clock in the first half, it was Jaquarius Williams with an 11-yard touchdown scamper for Northwest. The PAT was good, and that's where we stand here at the half, 27-7. Your thoughts on the first half of play, Anthony?
Well, you have to be really pleased if you're EMCC. I mean, you've come on the road playing the defending state champions, defending national champions, for that matter, a team that has gone 3-1. Their only loss to a really good team from Jones County, and you have dominated the first half. That first quarter especially was a thing of beauty on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. In the second quarter, I thought Northwest kind of got their feet underneath them. You look at the numbers, the stats, there in quarter number 2, Northwest leads in every stat category in that 15-minute stanza. But still, on the scoreboard, it's 27-7. So you got to feel really good if you're EMCC where you are right now on the road against one of the best teams you'll play all season.
We'll take a look at some statistics from the first half and also take a look around the league as we take a look at the Mississippi Association of Community Colleges Conference and their scores that we have for you, and that'll be in just a bit. But coming up here in 30 seconds, we have SEC Update right here on the EMCC Football Network.
had the opportunity to visit the East Mississippi Community College Scuba Campus during a high school marching band competition. From that moment on, I knew I wanted to be a part of the Mighty Lion Band. EMCC not only provided me with a band scholarship, but other academic and activity scholarships as well. At EMCC, I am able to complete the first 2 years of my music education coursework, all at a fraction of the cost of a regional university.
Beaten NC State in the second
I just
game of the
said,
season.
I was standing
and
there talking
NC
to
I had the opportunity to visit the East Mississippi Community College Scuba Campus during a high school marching band competition. From that moment on, I knew I wanted to be a part of the Mighty Lion Band. EMCC not only provided me with a band scholarship, but other academic and activity scholarships as well. At EMCC, I am able to complete the first 2 years of my music education coursework, all at a fraction of the cost of a regional university.
The Northwest passing game. Northwest, their bread and butter offensively is the rushing attack, but coming in, they have been very balanced. I mean, averaging about 250 yards through the air per game, only 86 yards passing in that first half for Northwest. No touchdown passes, so the EMCC defense only allowing one touchdown to be scored the entire first half. The Lions' defensive front has come to play. The secondary doing a good job in their man coverage. That to me, that impressed me the most. Yes, the offense was really good, over 300 yards in the first half, but the defense is why you've got a 3-score lead right now at the break.
The big difference between the two offensively is the passing yards. EMCC with 245, they're 15 of 21, and Northwest is 11 of 21 for 86 yards. 15 first downs for EMCC, 13 for Northwest, but it's 27-7. Here's the thing, that they're balanced in rushing. 17 carries, 90 yards for EMCC, 18 carries, 92 yards for Northwest. Total offensive plays, 38 for EMCC. Here's the big difference, 335 yards. It's because of the passing yards, 39 plays. Total offensive plays for 178. It's interesting when you see the number of snaps and number of plays. It's just EMCC big played them there in that first half. And that's a look at some of the team statistics. Jaquarius Williams with 50 net yards with 10 carries. He had 1 touchdown. That 11-yard touchdown run was his long. Zias Perryman with 10 carries, 62 yards, and he is scoreless, averaging 6.2 yards per carry. Jamari Jones is 15 of 21, 245. As we mentioned, he's the only passing statistic because the other quarterback just ran for it, Ethan Connor. He has 2 touchdowns thrown, also has a touchdown on the ground, and that's a look at some individuals. Oh, for EMCC, by the way, Michael Hires, 11 of 21 for 86 yards, and his long was 12. He was sacked once. And, Anthony, I believe you have some scores from around the league.
Sure do. Some scores from around junior college football in Mississippi. Fourth quarter, it is Southwest 17, Delta 12. Third quarter, East Central leads PRCC 14-7. In the third quarter, Itawamba and Northeast tied at 17. In the fourth quarter, it is Colin 13, Gulf Coast 7. Third quarter action, Kahoma 29, Holmes 7 at the half. Third quarter. They just started the third quarter. It is Jones 14, Hines 0. That's your update from around the state of Mississippi on this Thursday evening.
And certainly our thoughts and prayers are with Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College in losing that young man this past week. And so our heart goes out to that team and that program going through that loss. And we just wish everybody safe travels out there tonight around everywhere, but also, of course, around this league. And second half thoughts. If EMCC wants to mercy rule this thing, that's what they've been doing lately, but this is a little bit more competitive, a North Division game.
I mean, I think offensively, you stay with what worked really well for you in the first half, and that's the passing attack. I mean, that was easily, numbers-wise, I haven't watched every game. You have, Jason. Numbers-wise, that was the best half throwing the ball for Jones this season. Northwest defense is an aggressive defense, playing almost entirely man coverage in the secondary. So there are guys open. There are plays to be made. And Jones, yes, he threw 2 picks, but he also came back and threw 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's on pace to throw for well over 400 yards unless Northwest changes something defensively. And if they do, then there should be, in theory, even more running lanes open up now for Perryman, who's on pace to rush for over 100 yards tonight. So offensively for EMCC, just keep doing what you've been doing, cut back on the turnovers, and this is going to be, I think, a great opportunity to pick up a really impressive road win.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC about to kick off to Northwest. As back deep to return for Northwest is Jackson Allen, 5'11" freshman from Petal, Mississippi. He stands on the hash, the near side at the 5-yard line, and same spot but across the way is number 4, D.T. Sheffield, who was their leading wide receiver in the first half, 5'11", 165, the freshman from Corinth High School. Peyton Rogers is going to tee it up at the 35. EMCC's kick team says they are ready. It's 27-7. Lions lead it as we start the third quarter. He'll get his right leg into it. It's a sky kick left side. Fair catch called for at the 25. Bobble falls forward to the 27. But he's going to have it at the 25 because that's where he fair caught it. So that's where Northwest will start. Northwest they scored last, even though they had an opportunity to score right before half and then really take advantage by getting the ball back in the second half. As far as a tone setter for the second half to try to kind of creep back in this one, and a score would do that for certain.
Yes.
What do they need to do on this drive?
Well, they gotta cash in on a red zone trip, right? We've seen them move the ball into the red zone. Only one score on the scoreboard, though. So they got to move the ball down there and cash it in.
So they snap it from the 27. Williams running all over EMCC as he gets to the sideline across the way up to the 46-yard line, and that's a gain of about 20 on the play.
That'll help.
Yeah.
Plays like that will definitely help.
Lee Koba, the transfer from Syracuse, will make the stop. They're going to place the ball at the 27-yard line, so it was a gain of 20 on the play. They did give him to the 27-yard line a moment ago when he fumbled forward. And now nowhere to go for Williams on the left side. He's going to be stopped at the numbers around the 27 at the line of scrimmage. Brandon Larry will lead the charge for EMCC. We're just a minute into the second half.
Yeah, good penetration that time off the right side of that defensive line. Williams was trying to go to the outside, was sealed off, cut back in, no running room. That's about as well as you can defend that kind of a running play.
The big key defensively, I think, for EMCC right now is first down, and they didn't allow him a gain, and that puts them in a second and long situation. Here's the snap for the pistol formation, and firing it near sideline, wide open, caught inside the 40-yard line, spinning free at the 30, and then knocked off his feet around the 27-yard line, and that's Sheffield. Kel Williams will knock him down. Big pass play. Not only does it move the chains, but boy, they are knocking on the red zone door.
Yeah, the Rangers moved a man in motion that time from left to right, and the defense got kind of caught looking at the motion man, and then the pump fake, and just got lost in the zone defense at that time with Sheffield.
Three-man front for the Lions. They are showing a rush edge here on the left side. That's Lang. Play action, quick bubble screen near side, and it is caught, and getting inside the 25 is going to be E.J. Mason. Brandon Larry will knock him off his feet. And we're going to see where they spot the football officially. It's good for a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. So the spot of the football is going to be at the 23-yard line. They'll place the ball on the near hash, moving left to right, facing a 4-man front. Hires will look to the left sideline. Play clock at 20. He'll have Williams flanked off his right shoulder. Twins wide side of the field to the left, single receiver near side. Hires will shout out some instructions to the offensive line, looks back towards that northwest sideline. Now he'll clap his hands and take the snap. He leaves it with Williams, goes around the left side, tries to get the end, and EMCC is going to come flying in there. They're going to stop him dead in his tracks at around the 22. So he may get about a half yard to a yard, depending if they do put it at the 22-yard line. A couple of black jerseys come flying in there to make the tackle. They look like the Raiders with those jerseys.
They do.
I think the Raiders have theirs a little more ironed out. Devin Y'all Lofton will make the tackle. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah,
situation.
No gain.
Yeah, no gain. 3rd and 5, and going straight up the gut is Williams before first down between the hashes. He gets inside the 15, and when it's all said and done, down to the 13-yard line. So it's a 1st down and 10. Tate Deere is going to trip him up inside the 15 at the 13 as we tick under 12 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. So the opening drive for Northwest has been a good one. That big pass play just a moment ago to Sheffield.
And that play, 3rd and 5, defense simply guessing that they'd throw a quick slant. Instead, they'd run the ball on an inside give. Defense just wasn't ready for it.
Hires with a 1st and 10 from the 13. Ball placed middle of the field. Moving from left to right, will take the snap at the waist. He hands it off to Williams, and he's running in traffic right between the hashes again, just gashing EMCC down to the 6-yard line. So a gain of 6 on the play there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Tate Deere will make the tackle once again. So it's almost Groundhog Day with that play and who made the tackle.
Yeah, we've seen that play now, I think, 3 different times on this drive, back-to-back just now. And yes, simply an inside handoff out of the shotgun formation. Spread them out and then attack them on the inside. Power running plays.
So the powder blue home team in the shotgun. 2nd down and 4 to go. And they're going to hand it off inside to Williams, turning his legs. He gets close to the goal line. They're going to say he went down around the 2. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal situation. Jamori Evans will make the tackle for EMCC.
Jason, I actually think they can get a first down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, okay, chains are near side. I beg your pardon. That's what I was thinking. I'm going, wait a minute. That can't be right. So it's really a 3rd down and 1 after the 3-yard gain. Well, they're going to say it's a 1st and goal now. It is.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's good for it is 1st and goal now.
So it must have been the 2-yard line then where the chains were.
Ball placed near hash on the EMCC 2. Williams gets the carry. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss back at the 3-yard line.
Big time hit.
And a couple of guys in there to make the tackle for EMCC. 3 black jerseys going there. It's kind of hard to see who led the charge there.
Yeah, it was a whole
pack of them.
Really good penetration. Brought a blitz. Had a full front there. 8 men in the box and just brought a blitz, and there was nowhere to go for Williams.
And so now,
I think he lost 2 yards.
Yeah, Hires is going to have it. He lost a yard back at the 3. They have the ball placed on the 4 up on the scoreboard. It's at the 3. Low snap picked up, though. Fade pattern, back corner of the end zone. Is it caught? Touchdown. Yes, it is. Oh, my goodness. And making the reception is Shefford.
Well, we got a brand new ball game now.
Sheffield. And Kel Williams was on in defense. But on 2nd and goal, they throw the fade pattern towards the back pylon left side. And it's caught by Sheffield. And now it's 27-13 pending the PAT. Snap is back. The hold is good. And Tanner Gillis will put it through. And it's a ball game. It's 27-14. EMCC on top by 13 here in Senatobia with 9:53 to play in the 3rd. We'll see if EMCC can respond. The kick to the Lions in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network.
Show your line.
In the 3rd quarter, it was a fade pattern to DT Sheffield from Hires, and the 3-yard touchdown pass is complete on the fade pattern back pylon left side. And now coming out to kick it away is Gillis from left to right. Zach Patterson will stand inside the 10 at around the 7 on the far hash. And it's end over end and backing up and calling for a fair catch at the 5-yard line is EMCC. And that's Kadarius Callaway, the transfer from Alabama out of Philadelphia, Mississippi. Callaway deciding to call for the fair catch. So EMCC will have it at their own 25, moving right to left, up by 2 touchdowns, but just 13 points.
One thing of note, Jason, Northwest has been a really good second-half team all year long. In fact, they have now outscored their opponents in the 3rd quarter 55-10 on the year.
So EMCC needs to have their radars up here on offense. They need a really good drive, and they don't want to give the ball back in decent territory to Northwest. You want to eat some time up, too. Jones to the shotgun, the snap from their own 25. Surveys the field, looks right, pump fakes, now rolls right as the pocket is collapsing, and he's going to throw it incomplete out of bounds. So smart play at that time by Jones, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. And on the flip side, we talked about Northwest, and first down was important. Same thing for EMCC because of rhythm. It's a rhythm offense that they really, really want to get down the field fast. And if they have anything like a pre-snap penalty or an incomplete pass on first down, sometimes it disrupts that. Trips wide side of the field, near side. Snap from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Inside handoff and trying to bounce it to the outside, near side. Now cuts back up the middle is Zias Perryman, and he does not get much. He goes down about the 26.5-yard line, and Raven Burrell is going to knock him off his feet. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 after the gain of 2, so they're going to say he got to the 27. It's in between the 26 and 27-yard line, so it's a long 7 for EMCC on 3rd down.
And a big play right here, Jason. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to the Rangers where they have momentum.
Twins tight to the formation right side. Twins near side. They throw it at the hashes near side, and as soon as he catches it at the 29, he is popped. And making the reception for EMCC, I believe that is Hines, and knocking him off his feet is Pearson. Rontavius Pearson. They called him Dude, and he was a dude just then by knocking the receiver off his feet as soon as he caught it at the 29. So they're going to be shy of the first down, and it's going to bring up fourth down, and EMCC is going to punt for the first time tonight. And coming out to punt the football away is Peyton Rogers. Rogers with just 12 punts on the season for 430 yards, averaging 36 yards a kick. He has a long of 44. Back deep to receive inside the 30-yard line is Sheffield for Northwest. They're going to snap it on the near hash from the 29, and it's a high end-over-end kick, and it's going to bounce inside the 40 between the numbers and the sideline. It's going to take a Ranger bounce up to the 41, and EMCC will come in there and down it there. Number 27 for EMCC's Lawrence Sullivan Jr., and starting at their own 41, Northwest, well, they just scored. It's a 13-point game. Now they have at their own 41, and basically a 3-and-out for EMCC. It was a 3-and-out, not basically, and now they get good field position. Everything that I said couldn't happen did, so now Northwest has some momentum and some confidence right now.
Yeah, all the momentum, easy for you to say, is on the side of Northwest now, and what they've done is just methodically chipped away at what used to be a 27-point lead.
And it's an inside handoff. Bracey is going to fall forward up to the 45-yard line, and actually that is Shaw. That's Jamie Shaw, the 5'9", 210-pounder out of Taylor, Mississippi. Nearby Taylor played at Lafayette High School. Drew Tuazama will make the stop at the 45, so that's going to be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 6. First time we've seen Shaw tonight. It's been Bracey and Williams, two of the three-headed monster.
But Shaw has about 40 carries on the season.
They play action to Shaw. Fire it left side out in the flat, and it's caught inside EMCC territory at the 48. It's first down, and more inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. And you talked about how EMCC was so good in the secondary in the first half, and they've shown some vulnerability here in the third quarter.
Well, they're having to bring some extra guys up now to try to defend that run. And Northwest, the offensive line, has made some adjustments in the blocking scheme, it looks like. And right now, they're simply winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
3-man front, rush edge on the right side. Pistol formation. Hires calls for the football and receives it on the snap on the left hash inside the 45-yard line. And it's a handoff, and Shaw's going to get down to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 2 on the play.
We had an offensive lineman lose his helmet for Northwest, so he has to come off for a play. I couldn't get a jersey number.
I couldn't either. It's a slobber knocker there between the lines, the hashes, and the trenches.
I think it was the right guard, Davion Carter, 56, who lost his helmet. He's off now, and 74, Jay Mickle.
And Northwest has slowed things down a little bit. That's a part of the game plan as well. Twin receivers wide side of the field, near side. Play action looking near side. Hit from behind and dropped at midfield. Big sack for EMCC. And coming up to get the sack for the Lions is Brandon Larry. Boy, he's Johnny on the spot. You needed a big play there to get him behind the sticks, and they did on third down now.
What a great call by the defensive coaching staff of EMCC to bring a delayed blitz, and it caught the Rangers off guard. They brought some extra pressure that time. Huge play to force 3rd and 15.
Blind side hit that time, and they're going to say went down at the 49. He spun around, football went down at midfield, knee went down at the 49. So still a yard inside EMCC territory. 3rd down and 15. Hires is going to throw it, and he's going to throw it in the flat, short at the 45, so it's not going to be a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 11 situation, so gain of 4 on the play.
That was a big defensive sequence right there for EMCC.
E.J. Mason made the reception. Kel Williams will knock him off his feet, and it's 4th down. Now we have an injured EMCC Lion rolling around the 45-yard line. And all the bodies here on the near side are keeping us from seeing exactly who that is. They're going to help.
Cramping up.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's Kel Williams who made the tackle.
Well, I say cramping up. Hopefully that's all it is.
And they're going to assist him off the field.
They got to carry him.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, when they reach down for the back of his knee, like that, he was in pain. And so now they're going to get a player to come assist. Oh, goodness. We certainly hope this is okay. This is when we wish we had a sideline reporter that can.
He's not putting any pressure at all. on those legs.
Yeah, not certain exactly what it is. It would be speculation at this point. But coming out to punt, Tanner Gillis. He'll stand at his own 40 with his toes there near hash, and that's where they snap it from the EMCC 45. And it's a high end-over-end kick, fair catch called for by Patterson at the 12. And EMCC will have it middle of the field to 12-yard line between the hashes with 5:14 to go in the third. 27-14, EMCC on top. We're going to keep it right here. So now the Lions got that defensive stop. They get the ball back, and what would you adjust to differently with this next offense possession?
Well, I think you go back to the run now. I mean, EMCC
set up that pass.
Exactly. The passing attack worked so well in the first half. They tried to go right back to it. To begin the third quarter, Northwest had made some defensive adjustments. Now it's time for EMCC to make their own adjustment and maybe try to establish the run once again.
Between the hashes at the 12, their own 12. High snap for Jones. He's just going to run it up the middle. It was a design quarterback run. Now bounces it to the outside near side across the 20 and pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 22-yard line. So nice run by Jones, and that's going to be enough for an EMCC first down. And you said it. That was a design quarterback run that time. It moves the chains. And EMCC had a positive play on first down. Now they're out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Start to rebuild that momentum now back on your side.
That's the best way to put it. Trips wide side of the field across the way. Ball near hash at the 22. First and 10 to go for EMCC. Moving from right to left. Tunnel screen near side. It is caught by Barnett, and he escapes. One-man camp to second. Gets up around the 26-yard line. So gain of 4. Byron Pearson is going to knock him off his feet.
That's old Tank.
That's Tank, yeah. Now listen, you have you have a Pearson and a person. I called
Tank and Dude.
Octavius Dude Person. You got a Tank and a Dude. I'm going to just call them by those nicknames. That's fantastic. Ball near hash, second and medium on the gain of 5. They're going to leave it in the belly of Perryman. He tries to cut it up between the hash and the numbers, and he gets out across the 30 up to the 31-yard line, and Kylan Robinson will stop him there for Northwest.
Got a big third down coming up right here. Third and short.
He's got to get to the 32. He's up to about the 31. So a third down and 1. They have 2 yards. Saying he has to get to the 33.
It's a yard and a half, I think.
Yeah, it's about a yard and a half. So from their own 31 near hash, trips across the way, wide side of the field. Jones waiting the shotgun snap. Pressure coming from either edge. Right before the proposed EMCC snap, they were showing pressure. Now they back up to linebacker depth. A 3-man front, high snap pulled down, and a first down is registered and more across the 40 the numbers. Sidestepping one man, he's at midfield, he could go. He's just got to beat one man, and they're going to drag him down at the 24-yard line. Making the big tackle is Michael Campbell. Campbell with the tackle of Perryman, who got loose down the near sideline, and he's inside Northwest territory and then some.
And he doesn't need much space. When he makes the first guy miss, he can turn on the afterburners and get a big play. He's had at least 5 big plays like that on the ground and in the receiving game today for EMCC.
Yeah, and he's a part of that receiving game because we talked about 245 yards passing in the first half. Jones and Perryman have been the stars offensively. Perryman probably more than any with this big play. With his legs, high snap. Now they're going to throw it on a screen pass right side, and it's bobbled. It's incomplete. EMCC picks it up at the 20, trying to continue to run with it. But it's going to be incomplete. Zach Patterson, the intended receiver. And out in defense was Charles Thomas. So it's second and 10. Once again, another first down that did not get positive yards. But here's the thing, though. This time you're in positive territory. You're on the plus side of the field down to the 22 of the Rangers. Ball near hash, moving right to left.
It's been a fast third quarter.
Yeah, they're knocking on that north end zone. Don't say that. It'll slow down. 2:55 clock stop with the incompletion. Trips right again. Perryman flanked to the left of Jones. Takes the shotgun snap. Great pocket. Now it collapses. He's hit, and he's just going to tuck it, and he's dropped around the 30-yard line. Well, forward progress will get him back to the 29, and that's going to be Tavion Prather who's going to make the tackle.
Coverage sack. No one open downfield. And so after 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds, offensive line just couldn't hold on any longer. And Jones gets sacked. Have not seen Jones get sacked very often tonight. So now you got a third and long coming up here. Perhaps in a position to where you try to get just a couple of yards back. Make it an easier kick on fourth down.
Loss of 6, formation the same as a moment ago. The press box is shaking here. Here's the snap. Jones, great protection. Flushed out of the pocket. He steps up, he's hit, and he escapes that pressure and just throws it to the near sideline. And they may get him for intentional grounding there. And I think I see the white hat, who is Lauren Bell, saying that's grounding. But he hasn't thrown the flag, so what are they going to call?
He was in the tackle box.
Yeah. Thomas Rayburn with the pressure, and the quarterback Curry.
And I don't think he threw it beyond the line of scrimmage.
No, he threw it laterally near side. And now we're going to get Bell's call, which is going to be grounding. I don't see a penalty flag, but I saw him motioning that was going to be a grounding call. Well, timeout EMCC on 4th down and 16. So 4th down and 16 from the 31-yard line, and this is going to be go for territory here, because if you don't get it, it'll work like a punt more than likely if you don't get to the sticks, which is at the 13-yard line. So 3rd down and 16 with 2:01, clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that was interesting. I mean, I'm glad they didn't throw the flag. But I'm with you. I thought initially when the officials got together, they were going to sit there and try to talk it over. I do believe there was an intended receiver in the area.
But we all know that was not intended for that receiver.
No, that was a dangerous throw. Dangerous throw by Jones.
Well,
fourth and you know what?
18.
They're going to say that he actually threw it behind him.
Yes,
a backwards
it's 4th
pass, and he lost 2 yards.
They're backing it up to the 32-yard line now. EMCC trips right, single receiver near side. Perryman flank back there to block, and he picks up the blitzer and stepping up in a clean pocket, firing it across the middle. Caught! And down to the 10-yard line. 1st down, EMCC. Joshua Aka. Wow. Jones.
The offensive line gave Jones all the time he needed. Great job to step up in the pocket and just fired a missile over the middle to Aka.
Boy, put an asterisk by that one with 1:40 to go in the 3rd, because that was a huge 4th down pickup. Jones to the shotgun. 1st down, 10 to go for the 12 of Northwest. Perryman flanked off to the left. Trips in a diamond formation, tight to the formation right side. They throw it to Perryman out of the backfield, doesn't catch it. And that is a rare drop by Perryman inside the 10. Penalty flag flies. So let's hold off and see what this one is. That penalty flag was flying in the air as soon as he dropped the pass and was falling.
Yeah, that flag was thrown quickly.
And now the officials are going to huddle up around the 20-yard line to discuss this one on the near hash. EMCC next Saturday will have homecoming taking on Northeast, 2 p.m. kickoff, 1:30 airtime from Sullivan Wyndham Field a week from Saturday. And so they're still talking about it.
The flag is sitting at the 6-yard line.
They were patting Perryman on the back, maybe just encouraging him, hey, you dropped the pass, and we're about to get the call. Pass interference on Aka, number 13 on the offense.
He set a pick. Yeah. I was wondering if maybe that was the call, because the flag came so quickly. I mean, the play was not even blown dead yet.
Yeah.
And the flag came in, so I think Aka guilty of setting a pick.
So that's going to back it up to the 26-yard line. EMCC can get a 1st down at the 2.
Ooh.
So 1st and 25. That's nothing, right? Snap to Jones for the shotgun for the 26 of the Rangers. He looks left, now scrambles out of the pocket to the right, throws across his body, and it is incomplete. He was out of the side of the end zone on the right side. Oh, my goodness.
Well, now
he was falling away as he threw the ball.
The EMCC sideline has their hands up in the air, but he clearly dropped that football.
Michael Campbell in on defense. That was Henderson, the intended receiver. Someone from the crowd yelled, "Can we get a replay?" Well, no, you're not going to get it. They do have a video board here, 1:15 to go in the 3rd, 2nd and 25.
That throw, though, was impressive. Jones off his back foot on the run and put enough on it to get it into the end zone.
Yeah, I said across his body. I meant throwing it off the back foot as he was falling away, and it was a beautiful spiral. Just couldn't connect. Snap on 2nd and 25 for the 26, and he steps up in the pocket, has all day to run, gets inside the 20, stays on his feet as he dives inside the 15. That's a good play on 2nd down and long. So now you still have 3rd and long, but more manageable. And making the tackle is Tank. Byron Tank Pearson.
Yeah, good decision there by Jones to tuck it and run it. He picked up 11 yards.
So they're saying you can get inside the 2 down to the 1 for the first down. 45 seconds and counting on the clock in the third quarter. EMCC up 27-14. If you score here right at the end of the third, that's a punch in the gut to Northwest. They're bringing everybody. Jones slip screen, but it's batted up in the air. The defensive lineman got up and knocked it out of there, and I think that is going to be Trayshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
It's a linebacker, rather, 6 foot 220, the freshman from Cleveland, Mississippi. And you don't know if it's a linebacker or a defensive lineman when they're all come flying in there and they get their hand on the football. So it's going to bring up now a 4th down situation. I think EMCC is going to kick it here, and they are, with the ball placed on the 16. It's a 33-yard attempt. Ball is placed on the near hash for the right footer.
Would make it a 2-touchdown game. Once again, 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions.
We'll wait the snap back. Here it is. Rogers gets his right foot into it. It's end over end, and it doinks off the left upright. It is no good.
Jason, that actually got deflected a little bit at the line of scrimmage off the foot and then doinked off the right upright.
The promising drive where they picked up a first down on 4th and long down to the 12, and then you had the pick play that got called for the pass interference, and that just kind of set everything in motion for failure. And EMCC could not get the field goal there. They were wanting those points. I'd have made it 30-14, and now you get nothing. But here's the good news. You took off some time there in the third quarter. The EMCC didn't go at the NASCAR pace. So with 28 seconds to go in the third, Northwest gets the ball back down 13.
And you wrestled momentum away from Northwest back over to your side, at least momentarily.
It has not been a clean game for EMCC in the second half, and I know Buddy Stevens has got to be livid, but they still are up by 13. H-back shifts from left to right on the side of the line. It's a low snap picked up by Hires, and he's going to leave it with his tailback, who goes straight up the middle, and he's not going to get much. Ball was on the 20. He gets out around the 22. There's a little extracurricular activity going on. The crowd wants a penalty flag here on the near side, which is the EMCC fans. Devin Lofton will knock Bracey off his feet up to the 23, so that's going to be a gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, left guard Austin Wilson came in after the play was over and pushed some EMCC players. Quickly, though, the referees diffused that situation. No flags thrown.
That'll end the third period of play. 27-14, EMCC clinging to a 13-point lead. They once led 27-0. They have yet to answer the last 2 scores for the Rangers. Northwest will have the ball with a second down and a long 7 when we return. This is the EMCC Football Network. Lions lead it by 13 heading to the fourth quarter, 27-14. Big North Division rivalry game tonight. The winner with a leg up in North Division play. As we start October tomorrow, the next time EMCC will take the field, it will be October the 9th for homecoming. Northeast will be another North Division opponent. Northwest trying not to drop 2 games here almost midway through the season. Snap to Hires, play action. He has a deep pocket and fires it over the middle and sliding down at the 44, trying to make a catch on his keister at the near hash and can't make that catch. It's going to be second down and 10. The intended receiver was E.J. Mason. So that's going to bring up a second and 10. The Mighty Lion Band, a little spirited here to start the fourth quarter. Trying to pump their defense up. EMCC up by 13, 27-14. Of course, you can listen to next week's homecoming game right here on these stations, the EMCC radio network, WFCA 107.9 FM in French Camp, the flagship station for EMCC football, Super Talk WZKR down in Meridian, 103.3 FM, and the Mayhew campus station, 92.7, and throwing it over the head of his intended receiver, Williams, at the 30-yard line. And getting hit was Hires. And a penalty flag flies. Let's see what this is.
Roughing the passer.
It's going to be Lee Koba. Yeah, well, I was about to say that, but it looked as if he was trying to say delay a game. And I didn't see the play clock go down, but nonetheless, roughing the passer Koba with another penalty that the coaches are going to watch film, so it's just not necessary. Now, definitely the first one wasn't, and I wasn't watching this one. I was watching the ball fly through the air.
Well, and again, I couldn't tell if it was a true late hit or if it was a low hit. It did not appear to be that late after the ball was thrown. But it is what it is. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10 now for the Rangers.
Spotted the football their own 38. Right hash. Hires back to pass. Pocket collapses. He steps up and floats it to his tailback Williams right side. Floated it too far out in front of him. It's incomplete. And I thought he was just about to pass the line of scrimmage when he let go of that football. By the way, EMCC's Mayhew station is WFTC 92.7. 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Northwest in no hurry. Of course, the clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. They slowly come up to the line of scrimmage. Now they get set pistol formation. Williams stands behind Hires, the quarterback. Twins to the right, single receiver near side. Handoff going around the right end towards the short side of the field is Williams. He's going to get out across the 45 up to the 47. He's going to be close to a first down. I think they're going to move the sticks, and they do. Jaquavius Jamison will make the stop for EMCC. So a first down by way of penalty and a first down by way of the legs of Williams. And now they're going to pick up the pace. Trips wide side of the field, near side. Single receiver right. They take the snap. I think the left tackle moved early. No whistle or flag. And they screen pass it to Williams, who's going to have a close to another first down as he gets inside the 45 of EMCC near side. Lee Koba is going to knock him off his feet just short of the marker at around the 43-yard line.
And I think Buddy Stevens wants a timeout. He's going to give the officials an earful.
And so a timeout has been charged. And we're going to take it with them. 27-14. EMCC on top by 13 with 14-19 to go in the game. This is the EMCC Football Network. A 13-point lead, 27-14, 14-19 on the clock. Jason Crowder here with you along with Anthony Craven in the booth. We're the on-air guys, but back at the studios, we have our every Thursday night, Javante McAdory running the boards and producing for us. Cater Wood is our spotter, filling in for Robert Ware. Missing some of our guys tonight. High snap, pulled down, and hit and dropped in the backfield for a loss of about a half yard back at the 43.5 is going to be Williams. Trey Lang will come up and get the tackle for loss. The EMCC came in with, 36 tackles from behind the sticks.
Great job by Lang. No running room allowed right there at all. Put him behind the chains early with a new set of downs.
So 2nd down and 11 from the 44. Ball placed near hash. Clock rolling, and once again Northwest pulling a page away from East Central in the way they managed things to start the season with EMCC and how they almost upset EMCC 3 years ago. Ball near hash at the 44 of EMCC. Hires pistol formation. It's Williams behind him. Claps his hands twice. Bootlegs. Rolls to the right. Now fires it towards the sideline and reaching up and making a grab as a receiver around the 35-yard line for Northwest. And that's going to be enough for a first down getting down to the 44. And making the reception is Sheffield. I'm sorry, he's going to be just shy. Kel Williams will stop him just shy. So it's going to be a 3rd and 2 as they spot him down at the 34. He's got to get to the 32, a bigger pardon, for a first down. They leave it with Williams, goes around the right side, cuts downfield at the numbers, and gets inside the 30 to the 29, and that will move the chains with 13 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 27-14 EMCC on top if you're just joining us. EMCC here in Senatobia trying to stay undefeated at 5-0.
Such a great first, 20 minutes of this ball game for EMCC, and they have simply been holding on since then. Still a 13-point lead, but if the Rangers score here,
It's
a TD,
interesting.
that's going to make things very interesting down the stretch.
Case of Boston with the tackle just a moment ago. Twin receivers near side, wide side of the field. High snap on the shotgun snap, and they leave it with Williams, who cuts between the hashes and is going to get inside the 25, I think down to about the 22-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Jaden Matthews will make the tackle for EMCC. I beg your pardon, it is not anywhere near close to the first down. It's a 2nd down and 4. Correction, 2nd and 3 on the 7-yard gain. I'm trying to look at the chains here on the near side where they were spotting the football, and it's hard to see with the EMCC tents.
And Jason,
I beg your pardon.
The Lions defense looking a little tired right now. So many snaps in the second half they've been out on the field for.
That's a great observation, and they're not used to that. Here's a snap from the shotgun. They turn, leave it with Matthews. He's going to be met and hit and dropped around the line of scrimmage.
There you go.
Lee Koba's going to make another big stop for EMCC, and he's one of those that, he's had a couple of personal foul penalties. I mean, there's 30 yards that's been on him, but at the same time, he's going to make you bigger plays than that. He'll make up for it threefold.
They put an extra man in the box that time and simply brought more players than Northwest could block. And Koba did a great job to read where that play was going and stuffed it. Big third down right here for both teams.
Koba had 30 total tackles coming into this game. We have 11 minutes exactly to play in the game. Man in motion from right to left, a little trickeration. They hand it to the tailback who goes straight up the middle, gets inside the 20 on 3rd down. And that was Jamie Shaw, one of the three-headed monsters. Brandon Larry will knock him off his feet, and it's going to be 4th and inches.
Yeah. I'm going to say 4th and a yard at the most, but I think it's probably about half a yard.
Down to the 19. He's got to get about the 18 for a first down. Hires takes the snap. He leaves it. Shaw goes straight up the middle, and EMCC had him in the grass, but around the 20. But he's going to get the first down as he broke that tackle. Boy, I tell you what, on these 4th and short, man, if you can break that first initial contact, it's going to go your favor every single time. Lee Koba will make the tackle again. Speaking of Lee, 10:25 and counting to go here in this 4th. Northwest doing what they're putting first downs on the scoreboard and eating clock and staying within this.
Yeah, and a really good field vision there for Williams on that last 4th down carry. EMCC brought a blitz from the outside left side. The play was going that way. Williams stopped it, reverse direction, and got the yardage needed to move the chains.
Snap, they leave it with Shaw, does Hires, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. Then he's going to fall forward down close to the 15-yard line. The spot of the football was around the 16, so he's going to get a yard on the play.
So now
about
we're
a
seeing
yard and a half gain.
We're seeing Shaw get used more and more now as the ball game.
Yeah, fresh legs.
Whereas exactly, they got 3 different running backs who have shared the load tonight.
Hires claps his hands, now looks back at the far sideline. EMCC has really rode the back of Perryman. We haven't seen KJ Lawrence. And, of course, Spivey is out with an injury, and he's week to week. Twin receivers wide side of the field. H-back goes in motion, sets up behind the left guard now. And it's a handoff to Shaw, cuts it between the hashes as he's going to get inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and medium situation. Making the tackle is Kel Williams. Boy, number 1 and number 2, that's Koba and Williams, made a lot of tackles tonight.
I think we can guess
And that was Bracey,
what
not
plays
Shaw.
coming up.
Yeah, Bracey still out there flanked to the right. He gave Shaw, who's wearing jersey number 14, a breather. Number 3 is standing to the right of Hires, who looks at the northwest sideline, twin receivers left side. H-back set up behind the left tackle. Single receiver isolated between the sideline and the numbers. Hires with the snap. He's going to fade it to the back pylon, and it's incomplete. And E.J. Mason, the intended receiver, and then the slipping down was the defender, Kel Williams, but he gets up and says, no good.
That's
incomplete.
Right. I did it.
I did it, yeah.
Well, I'm shocked the Rangers went to the air there on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, so now it's going to be a 4th down and 5 situation, so 4th and medium.
Wow. Yeah, that was That was a 3rd and 5 play. Even more shocking. They went to the air that time.
Hires with twin receivers either side. It's kind of hard for us to tell the angle from this side. We're trusting the scoreboard here, 4th and 5. The near side fans are stomping. The coaches are stomping up top, and this press box is shaking. Hires with 4 to snap it. Now claps his hands and does receive it and throws it behind his intended receiver who was slanting inside between the hash and the numbers at the 9-yard line. And EMCC will take over on a 4th and 5. He liked the call on the slant there, but he just threw it behind him.
Yeah, I mean, even if he caught it, I don't think it was going to be enough to move the chain. So
he was sliding down, too.
First of all, give a ton of credit to EMCC. Bend but don't break. I mean, that seemed like almost by design. Like, hey, we'll give you 4 and 5 yard plays, take time off the clock, but once you get it down inside the 20, 15, we're going to stiffen up and we're going to stop you. What I thought was interesting was the way the running plays have worked so well on that drive for Northwest. On 3rd and 5, if you knew it was 2 down territory, why'd you throw it on 3rd and 5 and throw it again on 4th and 5? That was mysterious to me.
Jones had trouble trying to hand it off to his tailback Perryman, then pulled it from his belly, ran near side, and then was evading pressure, and forward progress gets him up to about the 13. Omar Pugh will make the tackle for the Rangers. Gain of 1 on the play, so it'll bring up now a 2nd and 9. He's up to around the 13-yard line. Jones to the shotgun, twin receivers either side. Perryman flanked off to his right. Will take the snap from the 13. Fires it over on the far hash, and he one-hops it to his intended receiver. And the intended receiver there was Gentarius Henderson, wearing jersey number 4. So it's going to bring up now a 3rd and 9 from the 13-yard line.
And a better throw right there moves the chains.
Moves the chains, absolutely. I was going to ask, were you surprised they throw on 2nd and 9 there, but
a little surprised, but again, if the execution's there, it's a great play call.
So they go 5 wide. Empty set. Trips left, wide side of the field. 2 receivers, short side, near side. They bring Perryman in motion, and he'll be flanked off to the right. Now the left of Jamari Henderson. Now they switch it back right side again. Trying to confuse Northwest, and now there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be a delay of game on EMCC.
Yeah, play clock went down to 0.
Well, just a little bit indecisive there. I mean, when they brought him in motion and brought him back in the backfield, they just switched him around a little bit. And now the EMCC coaching staff, David Boykin, not happy, understandably, with the way Jamari Jones managed the clock there.
And I really thought the coaches were going to step in and call a timeout.
And did not. And when I heard the whistle, I thought it was timeout Northwest, and I realized, wait a minute, I saw a penalty flag flying, and I saw 0 on the play clock.
Well, I know why they didn't call a timeout. There's only 1 timeout left.
Sure. I thought they were just confused defensively, and that's why. And Perryman's going to come from receiver to tailback again, off to the right side of Jones. Everybody goes out for the pass. He steps up in the pocket, fires it over the middle of the field. As a receiver, can't catch it over his shoulder, just overthrew him at midfield, and somebody lost a shoe.
Yeah, one of the DBs ran right out of his shoe. 3 guys in coverage that time defensively. Only 1 EMCC wide receiver down the field. So again, the Rangers' defense has been really good in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tight ball game here in the second half. EMCC scored all of their 27 points in the first half. The Rangers scored in the first half and then in the second. They scored on their first offensive possession to make it a 13-point game, and that's where we have been since the early stages of the third. Peyton Rogers will stand in the end, and Rangers in the end zone to our left, and will receive the snap. And it's a high kick. It looks like it gets up in the air and dies, and it will take a Ranger bounce and roll from the 35 back to the 30 before EMCC can fall on it. My goodness.
Yeah, just left his foot a little awkward and was rotating backwards. So when it hit the turf, it bounces backwards and took a big bounce back to the 30-yard line. So now the Lions defense, Jason, again, in a tight spot. Got to come out here and again put together a big stop right here. Got to keep Northwest out of the end zone. If they get 3 points here, who cares? Just get him out of the end zone.
That's a fair point. That was Joshua Ham who fell on it, the long snapper at the 31-yard line. Boy, this is wonderful field position for Hires and company. Snaps it, rolls right, fires it to the 25 at the sideline, and it is caught. And I can't That's going to be Mason who receives it. Kel Williams is going to knock him off his feet.
Yeah, it'd be a 5-yard gain. I think his knee actually was down when he caught the football.
So 2nd and medium. Hires snaps it, throws it near side. Great block at the 20. He's at the 15. And getting down inside the 10 is going to be Sheffield. Sheffield catching it left side and getting it inside the 10. Jamison is going to make the tackle. Spotted the football, the 9. And boy, it's hurry up now, trying to take advantage of this tired defense for EMCC. That's going to be a little bit of a false start, early start I was trying to say. So a false start for Northwest. That left side of the line, the left tackle jumped.
Yeah, I think Jacoby McLaurin, freshman out of Clinton, Mississippi.
You're correct.
Go Arrows.
Your hometown.
That's right.
He's a fellow alum. You're calling him out.
Hey, only a freshman. He'll learn from it.
Yeah. Clinton, a beautiful town, kind of underrated here in the state of Mississippi. 6:48 to go in this game. It's 27-14. Lions are on top, and it's a pre-snap penalty inside the 10 that coaches will pull their hair out. It doesn't just fall out from the stress. They pull it out.
That's right.
Trey Lang Bout came across the line of scrimmage in the neutral zone on a blitz for the right side. Hires, though, looks back to the Northwest sideline. They have twin receivers to the right. Pistol formation. Williams will be behind Hires. He'll shift his H-back from the left to right side of the line. He'll snap it for the 9 of EMCC. Turns, hands it off to his tailback. Williams tries to go around the right side. Black jerseys everywhere, and they're going to stuff him around the 11-yard line. I think the ball is out, and the officials have not blown the whistle yet. There's a scramble for it. There's a fumble. And now the fans here near side just going absolutely nuts on some situation here. I think they're wanting a hold.
That was a pretty obvious hold that was not called.
And so falling on it is Northwest back at the 10-yard line. Or do they get back to the 9?
Well, again,
to go.
It's
regardless.
Hard, it's hard to tell what the call was. If they called the play dead or they said the ball was fumbled and recovered.
I think they said it was
Rangers.
fumbled and recovered by the Rangers. And the ball went back to the line of scrimmage at the 9-yard line. Ball placed on the right hash. Hires in the shotgun, flanked off his right shoulder is Williams. Trips wide side of the field near side. The snap for the 9 of EMCC. Fade pattern and near side, and it's caught. The side of the end zone here to the left. Touchdown. And making the reception is Mason. Mason with the touchdown reception. And there have been 3 unanswered touchdowns. It's 27-20 with 5:38 to go in the game. Aquarius Jamison on in defense, but E.J. Mason makes the touchdown reception on 2nd and goal to go for the 9. Gillis will attempt the PAT. Snap is high, and it was pulled down, and the kick is good. So it's 27-21. 5:38 to go in the game. This is interesting. Don't go anywhere. Back at 30. This is the EMCC Football Network. Nine-yard touchdown reception, side corner of the end zone here on the left side. And that was E.J. Mason from Michael Hires. PAT good, 27-21 is our score. EMCC on top. Boy, the pressure is kind of amped up for EMCC. You want to play a little clock management here and string together a couple of first downs. With 5:38 to go, Gillis is going to come up on the football and gets his right foot into it. And it's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to back up Patterson into the end zone. It's going to roll out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So EMCC will have it. First down, 10 to go for their own 25, moving left to right. And it's just you have to play mistake-free offense right now.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a very methodical comeback from Northwest. We saw after the ball game was 27-0 EMCC. We saw from Northwest 1 TD in the second quarter, 1 TD in the third, and now 1 TD here in the fourth. It's just been very, very methodical. They haven't been rushed. And for EMCC, too many empty red zone trips since then.
And they feel like they've kind of beaten themselves on offense. Diamond formation receivers bunched to the formation here on the near side, but they leave it with Perryman. Comes out across the 25 up to the 27, gain of 2. He's knocked off his feet by Jakevius Hibbler. 5:20 and counting.
It's a good play call. It only netted 2 yards, but a good play call to kind of calm things down.
A safe play call.
Yeah, you got to move the chains right here if you're EMCC.
Same formation as last. Wide side of the field, they have isolation with one lone receiver. Here's the snap from the 27, firing it to that receiver who caught it in midfield, stays on his feet, down the numbers, 40, 30. Can they beat him or him beat them? No, he goes out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Big reception there for EMCC, and that was Barrett.
What a fantastic individual effort by Barrett to break loose of his defender, make that grab, and then have the alertness to turn around and get upfield and get yards after the catch. Huge play. Now you got to finish. You got to at least get some points on the board, even if it's only a field goal in this situation.
Bracey makes the tackle. High snap from the 18 of Northwest. They leave it with Perryman to go straight up the middle, and there's powder blue jerseys all over him. They smother him up, and he doesn't get anything. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Omar Pugh will make the tackle. He'll lead the powder blue charge. They look like the Columbia Lions. They've got the Dallas Cowboys blue star on either side of the helmet, and they have the red stripe down the middle, but all we see is just a bright powder blue from here. Powder blue jerseys, white pants. EMCC's in the all-black uniforms, but none of that matters right now. What matters is EMCC getting some points here, because you're not going to knock off too much time on the clock. 3:57 to go. Obviously, you're not going to go for it on fourth down, maybe, thinking that if you give the ball up, they're deep in their own territory, but you don't want to risk that.
Right.
Because remember, Northwest does have to score a touchdown. Ball placed left hash from the 18-yard line. Perryman off the left end is going to gain a yard down to the 17, so it's going to bring up now a third down and 9 situation. From the 17 of Northwest, EMCC up 27-21. 3:27 and counting to go. EMCC with some substitutions offensively. Play clock at 21. Game clock at 3:17 and counting.
Very intriguing play call coming up right here. Do you go for the first down right here? Do you think maybe we'll go for it on fourth down, run a safe play?
The snap from the 17. Pocket collapses. He throws it over the middle. Bobbled and not caught. Dropped at the 5-yard line. And so it's going to bring up a fourth and down at 9. And remember, EMCC has missed a 33-yard field goal, and they've missed a PAT. That's 4 points they feel like they should have on the board. They think it should be 31-21 right now.
Well, a chance to redeem yourself right here in the kicking game, because this field goal, if you make it, might end up being the difference between winning and losing.
Dude Person was in on defense. Now it's a 34-yard attempt for Peyton Rogers. Ball placed on the left hash for the right-footed kicker. Play clock down to 7. Ham snaps it. Stewart holds it. Here's the kick. It's end over end. It is good. And EMCC leads 30-21. The biggest field goal of the season so far for Peyton Rogers and the EMCC team.
It's been a tough night for Rogers. As you mentioned, Jason, the missed PAT, the partially blocked and missed field goal earlier this half. Huge kick right there. Pressure kick. And it puts EMCC up by 2 scores with less than 3 to play.
Back in 30 seconds with the kick to the Rangers. This is the EMCC Football Network.
God is in the business of changing the hearts and minds of children and teenagers. I'm Stuart Edwards, president of French Camp Academy, and I want you to know that we are thrilled to be an instrument of God.
Peyton Rogers, the Starkville High School product, has given EMCC a 9-point lead 30-21 with 2:53 to go in this game. And now Rogers will kick it from left to right. Ball is teed up on the left hash at the 35-yard line. It's high end over end, and taking it at the 18-yard line, out across the 25-30. Has a seam now middle of the field and caught at the 38-yard line. And he's going to be dropped there as the return man.
Hard collision, too. We have a hurt Lion player.
Sheffield was the return man. Yeah, we have a Lion player that's, I think, is that Kel Williams again? He made the tackle.
He was if it is him, he was injured earlier tonight.
And it is Kel Williams. Well, kudos to Kel for getting back in there, and it must have been a cramp that was really, really severe a while ago, because the way he was injured, there'd be no way he would be seeing more action here in the second half if it wasn't a cramp. And it's a cramp. They're working on him right now.
Yeah.
And the ball is going to be placed officially at the 37-yard line. 2:48 to go here in this game. 30-21, EMCC with the lead. And what a way to respond when the chips are down for EMCC, because the Lions, since they went up 27-0, have been lethargic offensively. They've given up big plays defensively. And it hasn't been a situation where you're just sitting here pounding saying EMCC is playing terrible. They still seem like they've been in control of the game, but all of a sudden you look up and like you said, just methodically, you've seen Northwest just chip away, and they've made some plays. And then all of a sudden you look up, and they're in this game with 5 minutes to go, and you're like, wait a minute, they have a chance to win. And so it's been a very frustrating second half for EMCC and the coaching staff.
And EMCC has not had many possessions in the second half.
No.
I mean, Northwest has held the ball.
Controlled the clock.
Most of the second half. So fewer opportunities. When you have fewer opportunities, your miscues are magnified. But give the Lions a ton of credit. I mean, they went to the air a couple of times and came through with some big-time plays, big chunk plays through the air in the face of an aggressive defense. Momentum on the side of the Rangers, and the Lions just drove right down the field, got the points they needed to make it a 2-score ball game and put themselves back in the driver's seat.
Snap at the waist to Hires, throws it over on the far side, and collapsing. The defensive back to make the tackle, making the reception for Northwest is Martez Clark. And Cam Cullum is going to knock him off his feet as he collapsed in as soon as he caught the ball. Gain of 5 up to the 43-yard line. 2:34. The clock is not on the side of Northwest. They cannot waste any time, and that's what it seems like. That's what their offense is, even though they have shown some up tempo.
It's very much a ball control offense.
Yes, but they've got to go in a hurry here. They're down 9 with 2:19 and counting. They're still on their own 42. Here's the snap. They throw it near side, and it is caught. Instead of running out of bounds, he tries to run up the numbers. It cuts back towards the numbers, between the numbers and the sideline at midfield, and making the reception is Sheffield. Lee Koba's going to knock him off his feet.
They will stop the clock just for a moment, move the chains. Now it's running again.
2:02, 2:01, and before they snap it, we'll be under 2 minutes to play.
And I think Northwest called timeout.
Yeah, Northwest is going to have to take advantage of those timeouts at some point. Back in 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC up by 9 late in this fourth quarter. 2 minutes exactly to go. It's not the NFL, so this isn't a 2-minute warning. Lee Koba is injured. Cater Wood, our spotter tonight, was trying to tell me that, and I thought, well, is he telling me Lee's injured? Well, he's not on the field. Well, he was at the 49 near side, and he's going to walk off on his own accord. So I don't know if Northwest has charged that timeout. I think it was an official's timeout, unless Northwest couldn't see he was injured before they called that and called a timeout. I don't know.
No, you're correct. No timeout charged.
Okay, yeah. We're looking up on the board. They still have them. Twin receivers wide side of the field on the right side. Looked like they got a running start like Canadian Football League rules, and they throw it over on the right side of the field down to the 42. And the catch is made. Once again, that's Clark making the stop, Cam McCullum. And it's going to bring up a second down and 4.
Out of bounds, he got, so 1:46 to go. Clock has stopped for the moment.
EMCC up by 9, and boy, they're still. We've seen them go up tempo a time or two in this game, but now when they need to be up tempo, even though the clock has stopped, I get it. It's like they're in no hurry at all. Trips wide side of the field, near side. Hires with a snap, looking to throw, and he throws it on an arching pass over the head of everybody and his intended receiver at the 30, and it hits the EMCC tents that are between the 25 and 30-yard line here on the near side. That'll stop the clock after 6 seconds ran off. 1:40 to go. Rangers down by 9 with the ball at the EMCC 42 right hash.
And right now, if you're EMCC, just keep everything in front of you. Just don't give up a big play. Keep it all in front of you. They got to score twice in a minute 40 to beat you.
Hires the set, claps his hands. He'll snap it from the 42 of EMCC. It's backside pressure, and he's hit, and he's dropped, and the ball's rolling loose, and EMCC picks it up. They scoop it up at the 47, and they're going to get down to the 41 if the numbers are across the way. And I could not tell who scooped that up, but it looks as if that is going to be Drew Tuazama. Well, I should have just guessed it. Drew Tuazama with big play after big play after big play, and he comes out of there with it at the 41-yard line.
And I think it was Lofton that got the sack.
Yeah, it was.
Forced the ball
Lofton.
free.
Yes, Lofton with the sack, the strip sack, and EMCC could start celebrating.
What a great move by Lofton.
And look, we see what this EMCC team can be. Despite mistakes, they still can win big games, but you want them to clean those things up. And despite a big victory here in Senatobia, I know Buddy Stevens is going to focus on that comeback where they scored 21 unanswered. Diamond formation, they're just going to hand it off to Perryman, of course. Comes around the right side, leaps over a man slightly, and gets to the 35 at the numbers. He's going to stay on his feet and inbounds, as you said, at the 30-yard line. 11 enough for a first down. The clock will stop momentarily to move the chain. Sam Brumfield will knock him off his feet.
The Rangers have all 3 timeouts remaining.
And they're not electing to use them. But it is a first down. So as we mentioned, it will stop the clock momentarily. Now it's rolling. 112, 110. Looks like they're just going to concede.
Yeah, which is, I mean, mathematically,
well,
unless you have a fumble snap or something, yeah, that's...
Well, you could go into victory formation unless they started stopping the clock then, but I don't think they're conceding. 55 seconds rather to go. Ball snapped from the 30 on the near hash of the Rangers. Inside handoff to Perryman. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. You don't want to get Perryman hurt here for sure. Omar Pugh is going to make the tackle. You already have Spivey, who's, well, now the Rangers call a timeout. So they call their first timeout with 48 seconds to go. This game is all but over. It's just waiting for the official time to expire, and we hear the coaches who are going to be coming down. You're going to hear them loudly because they have to come down a ladder that's right behind my back.
Get out of the way.
I hope I don't get hit by a backpack or two like earlier. But
it's going to be a happy coaching group, too. I mean,
it is.
I mean, what a big-time road win over a top 15 opponent. Defending, I mean, they've heard for a full year because they didn't play last year.
Yeah.
So they've heard for a full year. They've had to watch for a full year. Northwest win the championships, gloat about winning the championships, and now your first chance to play them since then, and you come into their place, the defending champs, and you're going to knock them off. 48 seconds away from victory. And Jason, how about offensively the night for Jones? Under center, 328 yards passing, completed 59% of his passes, 19 of 32, 2 touchdowns. Great job by the O-line, too, to give him time to throw the ball tonight.
Yeah, fantastic job by the O-line. Still a couple of things to clean up they can get fixed, and like one of those has been some high snaps. They leave it with Perryman. He'll take it down to the 27 for a 2-yard gain. Timeout, once again, Northwest with 44 seconds to go. Sam Brumfield will make the tackle. I mean, this is just delaying the inevitable. I mean, it looked like they were just going to concede. Now they're going to just spend their timeout. So if you want to take a little bit longer to get to the showers, then by all means. The EMCC will have a happier shower than you will.
You can't roll those timeouts over to the next ball game, so.
Which
you might as well use them.
What, do you want to be in pain for this much longer? EMCC is going to go to 5-0. They're going to be undefeated at 3-0 in North Division play and in the driver's seat to win that North Division and host the first round of the playoffs. And by the way, the national playoffs are a 14 playoff this year, a lot like the college football playoff.
Interesting.
And the national championship game, I believe, is December the 17th in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium.
Ooh.
That will be an exciting one to go to if EMCC can make it there.
Listen, there are going to be a couple of teams from Mississippi who are going to be in the running for that.
The best football is played here. It's the SEC of the nation for sure. Snap of the shotgun to Jones, who's just going to run around and say, hey, catch me if you can. And they're going to drop him for a loss back at the 35. And they're going to call their third and final timeout. That was on third down, so Hyland Robinson will make the tackle.
And that was essentially taking a knee. It just ran around to see how much time could come off the clock, and now timeout called.
And so no more timeouts for Northwest. It's going to be a 4th down and long for EMCC, a 4th and 13.
And Jason, the offense for EMCC, despite not having a ton of snaps, let me see if I can pull up the updated team stats here. 60 snaps, they're going to have almost 500 yards of offense on fewer than 70 snaps. That's a good night against a good team.
All right, so EMCC is going to go for it here on 4th and 13 with 37 seconds to go. They're going to just take up as much time as they can. There's just no way at this point that Northwest can make up 9 points in 37 seconds.
No.
You just don't want to run it all the way back to the 10, although you could. And they're going to throw it. Jones on the shotgun snap just heave-hos deep down the near sideline of the end zone. Is tipped up in the air, incomplete. So with 30 seconds to go, the Lions are going to give the football up at the 35-yard line. So Northwest will have it at their own 35. And it was Tank Person who is going to make the play there. So the ball is going to be turned over on downs. You didn't want to intercept it, because then you would have it at the 25 rather than the 35, and you need all you could get right here. Our airtime next week, 1:30, 2 o'clock is the kickoff, a week from Saturday from Sullivan Wyndham Field in its 10th season. I cannot believe it. It seems like yesterday we opened that place up in Scuba, Mississippi. I still remember calling 2 seasons at the old field.
Yeah.
EMCC with a 3-man front, just going to keep everybody in front of them. Prevent defense here. Hires with the jailbreak screen right side. Williams caught 40-yard line, 45, gets to midfield. Going to be knocked off his feet around the 45-yard line. They'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains. 22 seconds remaining. EMCC is going to win this one, though. What's going to be the final score, though? 30-21 is the score now. Now they wind the clock. Hires is going to spike it. 18 seconds, all that remain. It's been another one of those long ball games.
Yeah.
And that third quarter went fast, but the fourth hasn't.
And what you may see Northwest do right here, Jason, is throw a fairly long out route, try to catch it, go out of bounds, and then try to go ahead and kick a field goal and leave yourself about 7 seconds to get an onside kick.
And then a Hail Mary.
Yeah, that's the game plan at this point.
We've seen stranger things happen. Here's the snap. Hires is going to face pressure from up the middle, and he's going to throw it incomplete at the 35-yard line, which was the first down marker. 14 seconds all that remain. So the clock has stopped, and Hires trying to get his offense gathered around, and these receivers are taking their time to get back. 30 seconds to snap it.
This EMCC defense has been out on the field now for over 80 snaps, but they've only allowed about 4 yards per play from this Rangers offense.
Higher screen pass to Williams near side. He caught it. He's hit the numbers at the 40-yard line. He runs out of bounds at the 38. And so that was on third down. It's going to be fourth unless he got the first down. Lee Koba is going to make the – no, he did not get – well, he might have. Let's see. Now they're putting up fourth down, so it's 4th and inches.
Yeah. And
8 seconds all that remain in this game, so
just
time for one final play, really.
And you're going to have 7 defenders back at the goal line almost right here.
Hires with the snap. Surveys the field, rolls to his right, fires it to his right as a man wide open at the 30-yard line. It's called inside the 25, inside the 20, and that's going to run out the clock. The receiver was Martez Clark. And that'll end it. And EMCC goes to 5-0 on the season, 3-0 in North Division play. And they beat their nemesis, the Northwest Rangers, the defending state and quote-unquote national champions. But tonight, it was EMCC that came out victorious, 30-21 here in Senatobia. Final thoughts, Anthony?
EMCC got off to a great start in the first half and then did just enough offensively and defensively down the stretch to come away with a really impressive road victory.
Yeah. Thank you so much for filling in for Glenn Beard tonight. Glenn is expected to be back next Saturday, but we'll have you back on again this season because I know that we're going to have some conflicts, so thank you. I want to thank Javante McAdory back at the studio for being our board operator and producer for the EMCC Radio Network. Also to Cater Wood, who spotted for us tonight, filling in for Robert Ware. We'll have our statistician back next Saturday in Gavin Gilbert. And so for all those guys, I'm Jason Crowder saying so long, everybody. From Senatobia, final score, EMCC 30, Northwest 21 in this top 15 battle. You've been listening to a production of Lions Football on the EMCC Radio Network.